Hey there, everyone! This is the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. I'm Spencer, the Keeper of Arcane Lore, and today we're playing Call of Cthulhu, Dead Man's Stomp. I'm joined by my fellow investigators, Dalton.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I don't think I'm a fellow investigator because your whole point, you're being mean to us this whole time.
Yeah, you're not an investigator, babe.
Yeah, you're
Good
the
point. Good
Yeah.
point.
you don't get to say
That's true.
you can say fellow.
It's true.
Sorry, my victim investigators.
There you go.
There we go.
That's
That's
more
right.
accurate.
Honestly,
just say victims.
Oh. But
Yeah.
anyways, Dalton, can you tell us more about your character that you're playing today?
What? Why would I do that? My character's name is Marvin Martin, and he recently has been going on a bit of a journey of self-discovery because he found undeniable proof that aliens exist during the last bit of adventuring we did.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Undeniable proof. It existed, he saw it, and he sealed it away.
Maybe he can give us a full broadcast when we catch up in the time difference between the adventures. But yeah. Dan, you want to kick off next? Victim investigator.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Dan. I'm playing as myself. Just to remind everyone that Spencer is not the Keeper of Arcane Lore. He is to be known as Babe. That's from the first half, and I'm not going to drop it, and I don't think Ashley's going to drop it either. I heard you call him Babe earlier, and I don't think that's because, so,
Perfect.
Yeah, anyway, my character just went home to his wife in the in-between, but when he got the call, he knew that there's something out there. There's aliens out there, probably. He really listens to Marvin, and he listens to Marvin's podcast, ever since he went on it, and he knows that there's something out there, and he can't sleep at night knowing that there's something that could be, endanger his wife.
Oh man, perfect. Maybe we'll get a full Marvin and Dan podcast then here in a second. But Justin, you want to introduce yourself and reintroduce if you're playing Leo again?
I think I'm playing Leo again. I'm playing Leo again for right now, anyway. This session.
We'll see if anybody dies.
We'll see if anybody does. See if anybody walks off into the dark alleyways. So I'm Justin. Pronouns he him. Playing Leo Quinn, whose pronouns are also he him. Although honestly, I bet that Leo doesn't really have a good understanding of all of that. Being a gangster from the 20s.
Hey, Leo could be a woke gangster in the 20s, all right?
He's not.
All right, let's just not dance around it.
No, I would like him to be in Justin's heart. I would like him to be, but in my brain of the character I created now.
Oof.
No,
It's okay. He's a character of the time.
there's a different time, you see.
Ashley,
Oh boy.
you want to introduce Irene?
I do. Hi, my name is Ashley. My pronouns are she and her, and I am playing Irene Whitmore, who has the same pronouns, also she and her. Irene Whitmore is dilettante, which is a fancy word for saying that she spends her time in a interest. Hers is partying and dancing, and she's trust fund baby. She doesn't have a job, and she doesn't plan on getting a job still. And conveniently, or maybe also not conveniently, her grandpa died in the last stream, and also secured more inheritance for her. Not that that's what she's going for. She's not a gold digger. She doesn't need to be, but she also doesn't need to get a job.
Yeah.
And
he died due to natural causes.
yes.
Yeah.
She was present, but also so was everyone else in the party. So I think they would have seen if she slipped him something. But yeah,
She did benefit.
Irene was a fun character to play. To be honest, I was a little disappointed that Irene didn't die or go insane the last time I played her. So I'm really hoping she does this time.
Well, be careful what
Careful
you
what you
wish
wish
for.
for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Spencer.
No, we're on the same thought process. So, anyways, my last but not least victim investigator, Christian, who is playing.
I'm playing Butcher Blevins.
Murderer.
For both. So Butcher is a kind of stocky, tall man who happens to also be a butcher in his day job. So eventually Butcher joined the SEU after getting too close with one of the goods he was smuggling.
A society for the explanation of the unexplained.
Exactly. Kind of got too close to a creature from another world. So joined SEU, was looking into these kind of mysteries and faithfully kind of met the rest of the party because of that. So as we'll kind of recap, though, Butcher has committed manslaughter at the
Murder.
Straight up murder.
It was
Dude,
not
dude.
manslaughter.
I mean, it was kind of against his will, so like not totally.
It wasn't premeditated, but
It
like
wasn't premeditated.
it's not like you hit the man in your car on
You're like
accident.
murder 2 or 3
I mean-
territory, but
I mean, he was
Kinda.
kind of, possessed a little bit, right?
And the guy was homeless. That doesn't count as murder.
Oh my god.
Oh, chicken nuggets.
you're giving Leo a hard time about being woke. Spencer in real life is like, well, it's not really.
Guys, he was a World War I vet who. I'm kidding.
You're
I'm kidding.
horrible.
This country.
I'm
How
kidding.
dare you disrespecting the troops?
Guys, you know me. I'm a fool. I believe in the sanctity
You
of
want a
life,
damn,
so.
you want a damn traitorous to America.
And on that note, let's go back into the recap of what happened last time. So, the party played through the second adventure included in the Call of Cthulhu starter set called Edge of Darkness. They were called to by Irene's grandfather, which we found out, who was sorry, why am I forgetting his name? Rupert Merriweather. There we go. They were called to a hospital bed by the dying wish of Rupert Merriweather. Irene was his grandkid. Dan did some copywriting work for him. Leo was his personal bodyguard. And Marvin got a note from him that was completely directed towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
That's how it happened.
Yep. And so after some investigating around towns, including beating up one of the librarians. No, one of the professors.
No, he was like the dean.
Dr.
he-
Armitage.
Yeah, he was like a pretty high up person on that academia's.
Yeah, he had a restricted collection of the library. You guys were seeking one of the books mentioned, and you beat the living crap out of Dr. Henry Armitage.
I mean, to be fair, he was kind of being a jerk.
He didn't want you knowing
He didn't give me what I want, and he had to pay.
Leo punched him one time.
One
It's
time.
it's not Leo's fault that he had a
with his
weak jaw.
gun.
Yeah. And by punch, he means straight up pistol whipped him with a 45.
That's true. You did hit him with a gun.
So after that whole scene, they decided to go to the farmhouse that Rupert had mentioned. On the way, they started being tailed by Mr. Butcher here. and they caught wind of it. Leo caught wind of it, or somebody caught wind of it, and so they kind of cautiously approached the town, started getting directions. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle with Leo and Butcher as Leo entered into a post office, got some info, and slipped out the back. While the other members kind of got more information about the farmhouse. There was a little bit of a chase scene as Butcher followed the team back to the house and were met with almost an open conflict, talked down by the suite in negotiating Irene. After that, you guys investigated the farmhouse a little bit, kind of peeked around and such like that. That's where you encountered Red Jake, who was hiding out in the basement of the farmhouse. He mentioned a monster that was in the attic and had chased him the night previous before going off in a different direction. You guys explored the house a little bit, but decided to perform the ritual. So as you performed the ritual, you were beset by zombified beasts, brought about by the monster. And as you brought the monster to the circle and finished the ritual, its form was invisible, but you saw different visions of your own loved ones coming towards you and trying to get you to listen to its plea. The only one being overcome by it is poor Mr. Butcher, who ended up driving a large blade into Red Jake, which ended his life. And but the party was not dismayed by this revelation or this circumstance, and continued on with the ritual and sent the beast, the monster, back from which it came. Afterwards, the party lit the house along with the body of Red Jake on fire and left it alone. But that brings us to this adventure. We are now playing the third adventure that's included in the Call of Cthulhu starter set, Dead Man Stomp. 3 months have passed since the burning of the farmhouse and where you are now. Each of you have returned to your normal everyday lives, doing what you were doing before. Maybe a little bit changed, maybe slightly different, but we'll find out about that here in a second. You've been, one of you has kept eye on the sarcophagus and wanted to know more about its mysteries. The Egyptian hieroglyphics were not fully uncovered, and neither was the Mu language on the inside. So you decided to reach out and meet up with a professor. You have found one of the professors who has decided to meet you at a location. He is a fan of jazz and the nightlife. So he has invited you to meet him at Small's Paradise, a speakeasy. The night doesn't get started until about 8 p.m. So you guys are probably getting dressed. They won't let anybody in without a tie. Most of you who have gone out to nightclubs know this, so you might have to help your other members get dressed and properly ready. But before we do that, yeah.
Real quick, I just want to make it known to the audience that Spencer has really emphasized that this character is into jazz. You're like really emphasized to us, like this guy's into jazz.
He's taken a work meeting at a speakeasy nightclub, so but anyways, so what has each party member been doing in the past 3 months between the last adventure and next? And why are you joining in this adventure? Why are you coming to find out more about the sarcophagus?
Irene can go first. So since we burned the farmhouse down, Irene's actually been working with a contractor to build her own home on the property. Because, it was still left, the property was still left to her, and, nobody's lived there in a while, and she actually kind of liked town there, so she's been working to kind of rebuild a home on that burnt land. And in that time, she's also been working with her grandmother to go through some of Preston's belongings and, donate things and make sure that heirlooms go to the right places. And I imagine that maybe she's found, like...
You mean Rupert, right?
What did I say?
Preston. Your grandpa Rupert Merriweather, right? His belongings?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Yeah.
He looks like a president.
Well, I will tell you, I picked the last name Whitmore from Atlantis from Preston Whitmore, so that's probably why. Because I imagined that Rupert Merriweather was like a Preston Whitmore, the crazy old guy in Atlantis who funds everything. So that is where that slip up came from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
That's a good slip up. If anything, that creates like new lore and kind of like a deeper characterization of Rupert. I love that.
yeah. So Rupert, because I totally know my grandpa's name. So I've been going through his belongings, and I imagine that you know, maybe have seen like books about Egypt and just other things that I just can't shake this sarcophagus from my mind. The more I delve into stuff, the more I just kind of keep getting reminded of it, and I'm like, I just can't let this go. I really want to make sure that this mess is actually cleaned up. So that's Irene and why she's still interested in the sarcophagus.
Perfect. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like two reasons. One is, as an intellectual, someone who gets curious about stuff. I mean, if I uncovered a lost language like I did in our last session, right? The lost language of Mu, I'd want to know more about that. Like personally, I'd be like, shit. Like I'd be like a cat. I couldn't not out of curiosity, right? So that's one part, and the other part knows that like I know more now. Like there's stuff out there, and if you know that there's stuff out there and don't do anything about it, like I can't,
Yeah,
that
your
doesn't
world's
sit right with me.
your mind's been open. You know there's things beyond understanding now.
Yeah, so that would be my two motivations there.
Perfect. All right. What has everybody else been doing in this time?
I mean, Martin's been doing the same thing he does every day,
I-
spreading the truth of the existence of intelligent life outside of planet Earth, and the fact that they're here, just waiting beneath the surface to take over.
Aliens,
Aliens.
right?
Yeah, aliens.
Can we get a small snippet of maybe the broadcast of like what Marvin said happened at the farmhouse that night?
I mean, it was probably pretty erratic and hard to understand. Because he was just so excited to actually like have proof and have met a real, definitely was an alien being. Especially one that was probably involved in the creation of the pyramids back in ancient Egypt, given the nature of the sarcophagus that we had to trap him in or whatever. No, the sarcophagus was separate.
Yeah,
but there
it's
was
like what they found the amber in that they released the
That's right. But like, given all of that, the alien was probably related to the building of the pyramids.
I mean, had to have been, right?
Right. There's no other possible explanation.
Mm-mm. That tracks.
And of course, what else has everybody else been doing?
So Butcher, although we like to joke about it, Butcher has been quite tormented by this murder that he committed at the request of this otherworldly being, and has been having consistently having nightmares and waking up in cold sweat regarding this, but also a common thread within these nightmares is this sarcophagus keeps popping up in his dreams. So Butcher takes it upon himself to find more answers to why this keeps invading his dreams, and there must be an importance to this. So upon consulting with the SEU, looks to investigate further, and that's how this connection with this expert and in the meeting, I would say, takes place.
Yeah. So cool. All
He was
right.
just trying to have a nice night out, and you jamokes just show up in his gin joint. You Stugatz. That's
Because Leo is a bootlegger or a runner, right?
Yeah, Leo is actually
He
just
is a
finished.
legitimate
He just finished
businessman.
up. He's a legitimate businessman who just finished up a little business, decided to stay and watch a little jazz, and here
Oh.
come you lot again.
Perfect.
Thought I was
Let
done
me-
with this Satanism.
Oh, that is
Just when he thought he was out.
Just when I thought I was out, and it had all the jazz joints in all of New York. You come walking into mine.
All right, perfect. Well, with that, Justin, I'm not sure if you can see Small's Paradise, but feel free to put yourself wherever you think he would be normally in Small's Paradise,
Normally
and
speak.
we'll have the other party members kind of enter into the scene from there.
Let's see. Is this so? Question: is this like a back room over here, or is that's like
That's the entrance way. So essentially, what we'll kind of see is like this is like the door, like on the outside, comes down to this kind of like lobby room, and then enters into the jazz room down here.
So Leo probably tried to stay out of the main lookings
Mm-hmm.
over here in like the corner,
Okay, perfect.
which is why he sees you lot just sitting over here making trouble.
And so with
Make it
that, we'll pick up where with the party. So yeah, so basically, the nightclub opens at like 8 o'clock. That's when the jazz starts moving, things start picking up. Your meeting with the professor starts at 8:30. So what time is everybody getting there, and how is everyone dressed?
I show up at like 8:15 with a tie on.
Just the tie? Like, is it like a button-up shirt too, or?
No, I'm naked with only a tie. Yes, I've got like you know, like what
Yeah.
I'm wearing on my icon, but with a tie.
Got it. Perfect.
Irene, for once in her life, is also going to be early. She'll get there around 8:20, 8:21. And she is wearing pretty similar to what's in her icon. I don't know if you can see that well, but it's, the pretty traditional 1920s flapper regalia. So, like, the dress with some fringe and the headband and gloves up to the elbows. So she's, dressed for a night out. It's not excessive, but it's appropriate for, a speakeasy or a club. Pretty
Ashley.
traditional.
Ashley, I'm sorry. You said that first part like Borat. You literally were like, she dressed for a night out.
Very nice. She looked very nice. She very
She
good.
looked very nice.
She
Number
ready to
3
dance.
prostitute, all of Cthulhu,
of New York.
all of the chaos realm.
Oh man.
My God.
Okay. Well, with that.
Number 1 flapper girl, all our hearts.
What about Marvin and Butcher? What about Marvin and Butcher? How are you dressed?
Butcher is surprisingly, really the first time you've seen him somewhat cleaned up, made up. Hair slicked to the side, button up shirt and some nice slacks with the tie on. I would say mostly black attire, slacks and dress shirt, and with a patterned tie. Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
Real piece of shit, slick back hair, white shirt. Go to Portofino's, get some sloppy steaks.
Yeah, exactly.
No sloppy steaks. No sloppy
he-
steaks.
He comes over and like Butcher. Butcher comes over to Marvin and just puts his hand over his hair and just slicks back his hair. And he's
And
like,
slick back real
"Oh,
nice.
you used to be a real piece of shit, didn't you?"
Marvin is not dressed up at all. He doesn't have
Oh.
nice clothes. He's he didn't even think of the possibility that he doesn't go out that
Okay.
often. He doesn't understand the convention.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, here's what happens. So you guys kind of roll up to, like, the speakeasies and everything. They're supposed to be kind of hidden, But Small's Paradise is very well known to everybody. So you've definitely heard of this place, or anybody who has any kind of city knowledge of, especially Harlem, New York, would know, like, that Small's Paradise is, like, the most popular out of all. And basically, there's people of all kinds who come to this place, criminals and authorities alike. While alcohol may be outlawed, it certainly doesn't stop them in a lot of the nightlife from getting to it. But you guys kind of approach, and what you notice is that this door just looks like a normal door out the side, except for it has two very large kind of like men just outside the door, like backs up against the wall. And as you guys approach, they look at you guys, and maybe like Irene kind of like strolls up, and they kind of give a thumbs up and wave their hands, and they do that to Dan and to Butcher. But as Marvin approaches, they put a firm hand out and says, "Gotta look better than that."
I tuck in my shirt.
Why don't you look as good as your other friends, and then we'll let you in.
What do you mean? What's wrong? What do you mean? Look is good. You're talking
And
about
they
my
kind of
face? Not like my face, guy. I'm famous. I'm a famous podcast host. Do you even know who I am?
I don't even know what a podcast is.
Radio broadcast. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's a new thing, ain't it? No,
Yeah.
never heard of you.
Well,
What's your name?
Huh? What?
I don't even ask your name. What's your name?
My name's
Marvin.
Marvin. I'm surprised you didn't know, given how I'm so famous.
All right. Well, no matter how famous you are, whether you come from the streets or you come from up top, you got to have a tie in order to get in.
Marvin, I'd be careful. They could be aliens, and they just want you to dress up to look good for your probing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he's yeah. I think he's trying to trick me. Where do I buy one of these ties that you're so fond of?
Hell if I know. Run down the street, see if you can find something.
Where'd you get yours?
I'm not. He looks down and he's just wearing kind of like a muscular shirt. He's wearing like just like a jacket with like a white button up that's clearly unbuttoned at the top buttons, not following the tie rule at all. And he goes, I don't have to wear one.
All right, well, I'm gonna go buy a tie, and I better not see you in there without a tie. Then
I'm
and I
standing
I
out.
storm off. I don't even let him finish.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna run to like the nearest like tie store and pick one up.
Yeah, literally just a tie. I'm
Yep.
wearing like a Henley shirt, and I
8
just
o'clock.
buy
Where are you gonna get a tie?
a clip-on tie.
The 20s. What you gonna go to Walmart?
Yeah, it's late at night. Can you give me a luck roll?
Like a Dillard's or like a Macy's or something, or like
If anybody wants to help him out, you definitely can.
That's a pass.
All right. So all the shops have closed for the night, but as you kind of like approach one corner, you're like knocking on the glass, and the guy's like sweeping up, and he looks at you. He goes over, like creaks open the window, and kind of asks what you want.
Mhm.
And maybe you're like, I need a tie, and he goes, and he undoes his tie and hands it to you.
Nice.
And whatever you're wearing, it does not match that. It's probably
No.
like a puke green with
Great color.
weird stitchings that are orange, like a sickly orange,
Mhm.
and that's what he hands you.
Yeah, I put that on. I'm not wearing like
Perfect.
a collared shirt, so it's just kind of like hanging around my neck. And I go back to the bouncer and said, "I got
He
my
look-
tie."
He looks at you. He looks at your awful tie, and he goes, and he lets you in.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys enter into Small's Paradise. It's a famous hangout. New York money men and stage stars, Hollywood movie stars, honest politicians, and those on the take, Chicago businessmen and mobsters, Detroit auto mongols, shipping magnates, and railroad
Magnates
scions from San Francisco.
And moguls.
And
Spencer.
moguls. There we go. Thank you. Oilmen from Texas and Oklahoma, the rich and the cunning, the butter and eggmen from around the world all stop here when in town. Tonight, even the mayor of New York, John F. Halen, is entertaining some guests in the club. Currently, the Charlie Johnson's Paradise Orchestra provides the music. So you hear kind of like a rendition of Dr. Jazz playing as you guys enter in. In fact, as you kind of enter in, you are shown to a table in the corner near the bar. So that's going to be this table back here, if you see where I'm kind of highlighting. So you guys are kind of like shown to that table, and that's your personal table. All the other tables are kind of filled up and everything. And of course, we have well, this might be the moment when Leo kind of notices the gang comes in.
Will you ping that table one more time?
Sure, it's in the top left up here. Do you see the other person already sitting down?
Do.
Cool, yeah. So, a stranger is already sitting alone at the large table that you sit down to. He nods agreeably and lets you kind of sit next to him. But he does put one hand next to the chair next to him, which is probably this chair right here, and reserves it. He's not letting any of you sit there. So, Dan, are you able to move your token, or I can place you at the table?
I don't see it.
Here. Do you...
Hold on.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
I place you at the table. So, let me describe the tables. Let's see here.
I'm seeing it now.
All right. The ballroom is large. An opulent bar stretches along against the out along one wall. The face is the bartender, shadowed by lines of bottles. Opposite the bar is a large stage on which the band plays. Between the bar and the stage are round tables, which you are sitting at, each surrounded by plush, armless chairs, and the dance floor. There is plenty of space between the tables for one of Small's Paradise's key attractions. Even the serving staff is part of the action, as waiters dance the Charleston, entertaining tables of patrons while holding trays full of illegal hooch. Each table has a small lamp for intimate lighting. Above, electric chandeliers cast subdued hues of blue and gold onto the faces of neat, pale-faced, portly men and the bleached hair of bejeweled, ambitious young women. Waiters hover, jazz, and the buzz of conversation fill the room. So yeah, this place is packed. It's popping. It's one of the most famous bars here. Like I mentioned, you're sitting next to a stranger at the table, and he does not speak a word to you. If anything, he's staring directly at the band and avoiding looking at you guys, other than when you first sat down. He seems to be tapping his fingers to the music. Would all of you give me a psychology roll?
Fail.
Probably just the people at the table, right?
Correct. Not you, Justin. Sorry. Not Leo.
So I rolled a 2.
Oh, nice!
Ooh. Yes, your rolls are good.
So that's an extreme
Extreme success.
success.
Yeah. Dalton, did you roll a success as well?
No.
Okay, no worries. I'm waiting for everybody else to make their rolls, and then I'll say what you do. Ashley, is that a fail?
What do you think?
And what about you, Christian?
Sorry, what was this roll for?
Psychology.
Psychology. No, that's a fail.
All right, no worries. Well, Dan, you notice immediately as you kind of sit down, he is nervous. He's like, so this man is of average build. His eyebrows are super bushy, almost as if it's a single eyebrow that goes across his face. because he's just narrowing his eyes and looking straight ahead. But you can tell just by the way he's kind of acting right now, he is nervous. He is not doing well. In fact, I'm going to give you next. You were supposed to do kind of a spot hidden roll, but because you got an extreme success, I'm just going to give you this next part, which is you notice a thin, fine sheen of sweat on his face, and it is quite cool in this Small's paradise. So it wouldn't be because of the temperature. So, what is the party doing?
All right, so I am sitting next to Irene and Butcher. I want to is there like music playing?
There is. There's a
Okay.
band on stage who's playing Dr. Jazz. Several people are dancing, including like the staff. Like the staff is dancing in this. They'll do like a few numbers and then go to a table and hand out the drinks and then go back and do more dancing and such. So
I want to say to Irene, hey, let's go dance real quick. I'm in the mood for some dancing. Come on. And I just like grab her hand and I come on, let's go.
You don't have to ask her twice.
I know, that's what I figure. And then like when we get like kind of like far enough away,
yeah,
I like just say, hey, like don't be obvious about it, but something's up with that guy. Like it's not hot in here. Look at his face, and he's like twitching and shit. It's weird. Something's wrong.
Wonder if he was followed or what.
I don't know, but we need to keep an eye out.
Okay. I'd actually also like to roll spot hidden to see if I recognize anyone in the bar.
yeah. So okay, I'm gonna roll. So you can definitely do a spot hidden, but I'm also gonna say, hey, Leo, you definitely saw the party come in because I mean, like as Leo normally is, he's pretty alert, and he was definitely like. Well, I mean, do you think he would have seen the party come in? Would he be keeping watch on the door and who's entering and who's exiting?
So Leo didn't actually. I'm playing Dr. Jazz on my headset right now. It's
nice. Yeah, it's really cool. This adventure, they say like different songs of what you should play while we're playing it. Unfortunately, I can't play them, but
oh, you can't put it in the thing in Roll20. That's too bad.
I don't think it's copyright free. So
oh, I think well, so I think this version is public domain.
that's okay.
This is by the president. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna put it in the Discord so that
everybody else can listen.
enjoy it. So everybody knows what's playing right now.
I definitely played it while I was reading through this.
The player chat.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because some of these are by Louis Armstrong and the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. So I honestly don't know if some of this stuff is public domain at this point. Although they changed the laws on public domain, so
it did. Oh,
yeah, they did. They did. Cause Disney was angry that some of their stuff had fallen into public domain.
I will say there is also a Call of Cthulhu playlist specifically for this adventure called Dead Man Stomp. So definitely check that out on Spotify. But continue.
And they've definitely paid their copyright stuff. Anyway, so Leo is sitting there sipping a martini, and didn't see the group come in, but sees Irene on the dance floor. He recognized and Dan. Because he recognizes that mug anywhere. He's an old buddy, old pally.
So are you going to hide? Are you trying to avoid?
He's just going to sit there and watch.
All right.
Because Leo's thinking to himself, all right, that's weird.
Why are they here?
Why are you here?
So
You're not supposed. She's supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here.
So not a contested role. You can just make your spot hidden like normal, Ashley. Dan, you're welcome to do the same.
Okay.
Can I push it?
Yeah, absolutely. Push that roll.
If I fail, I do not see Justin unless he approaches me.
Yes.
I think I might have failed that one too. Let me see.
Dan, how's yours looking?
I did. I'm so upset.
What'd you say, Dan? Sorry.
I failed.
All right, nobody notices Leo in the corner, still doing his thing. Okay. All right.
Black suit paying off.
So it is approaching the time that you're supposed to meet with the professor. Are you guys staying on the dance floor, or?
I imagine I turn to Dan as we're kind of finishing up a number and just kind of say, hey, we should probably head back to the table. We're supposed to meet in, any minute now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just keep an eye out.
Do you think he's the professor, or do you think that empty chair's for the professor?
I think the empty chairs for the professor. I don't think he's the professor. Otherwise, he would have said, "Hey," you know. Otherwise,
Yeah, I think.
otherwise he's very nervous. I don't know. Can't tell.
Guess we'll see.
All right. Well, and through the doors enters in the professor. So he kind of like comes to right about here, scans the room, sees you in the corner, and starts walking this way. And he approaches and he goes, what am I? Let's see here. This is who did I speak to? Who was it? One of you, right?
Probably Dan over there. He's the one who started translating the artifact.
You're Dan. You're Dan, and he points to you. Dan.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up?
Dan! Oh, it is so good to meet another person invested in the interest of Egyptian and the Mu language. And he reaches out to shake your hand.
Yeah, I don't really know Egyptian too well, but picked up some moo along the way. So I don't know. Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you.
He like shakes it vigorously. He's like, "Oh, so where should I sit? Should I sit here?" And he points to the chair that's next to the man who is not talking to you guys. And he quickly puts a hand right in front of it.
So I look over at the guy and I'm like, "Hey, do you mind if our friend sits at that seat, or are you holding it for someone, or?"
It's for someone else.
Okay. Okay, well, here, tell you what, Professor, why don't you take my seat, and I will stand over the empty seat until your friend gets here, all right? And then when your friend gets here, I don't know, we can just figure it out, whatever.
He doesn't respond. He just keeps looking.
Well, before we get started, what's your name, pal? What? I kind of walk up to him, like, what's your name?
Did I not introduce myself? I am so sorry. I'm Professor Rondu.
No. Oh, wait. This guy.
Oh, Dan was talking about the
nervous guy.
Quiet
Yeah,
dude.
he's not responding to you.
I just say, hey, I don't like it when people don't respond to me. It kind of bugs me. It's a little bit rude, and I think you should at least tell us your name. You know, if we're gonna share a table together. I mean, come on.
Can you see I'm just enjoying my jazz?
Well, you don't look to be enjoying your jazz. I mean, your face is all sweaty. You're twitching all crazy. Actually, you look really nervous right now. You look like you're about to shoot up the place. Honestly.
Will you just leave me alone?
What are you, a cop or something?
No. What? No.
And I say it like really loud. I'm like, "Are you a cop or something?" Say it like really loud, like everyone hears, and like maybe loud enough for like the music to stop playing.
A few patrons at the other tables look at you and go, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
What? This guy's a cop.
He's not a cop, and if you keep yelling about cops, we'll kick you out.
Who the fuck is he?
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
So as this screaming match is going on, Professor Rondu kind of turns to you guys. Well, please, let's calm down. Dan, just stand. Even just relax. Let's talk about the sarcophagus, please. Can I see?
No, you know what?
I
I'm on a chair now, and I just like yank the chair out from under like whoever yelled "fuck you." I yank the chair out from under him and I bring it up and I.
Can you give me an intimidation check? You're yelling about cops in a speakeasy right now. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, so I rolled a 7.
Oh my god.
So that's like a half, like a
Hard success.
hard
Yeah.
success.
Yeah. No, not an extreme, just a hard.
Just a hard.
All right, but still, that's good. All right, well, I'm going to let you come up with a reason why they're intimidated for you, but obviously, whoever you stole the chair from is, like, he was, like, trying to act all tough, like, talking about, like, shut the fuck up about cops, and then you pull the chair out from him, and he like, gets so shook, he's, like, on the ground. He, like, just kind of, like, gets up, nervously, just hunched over, goes over to the dance floor, and just starts dancing.
Well,
But,
yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm bigger than him, so.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm just bigger than him, so.
He sees your sheer size, and he's just put off. So
I've got a size 80. Okay? I'm a big man.
Yep. Okay. So with that, Professor Randu goes. Anyways, to everybody else here, I'm Professor Randu. Randu away. Could I please see the sarcophagus if I could?
Yeah, here you go.
All right. Thank you. Oh, very interesting. At this point in time, the band finishes Dr. Jazz and launches into the song Paradise Wobble. In fact, while the professor is looking at the sarcophagus and starting to kind of like observe it and everything, this back door behind you guys opens up. You see a man in a suit carrying a shiny trumpet, just kind of slowly emerges, and he looks around. He starts to blink. It seems like the light, even though dim in the place, is kind of caught him off guard. He starts to move around this way, but finds he can't get past this rude stranger. Sir, I'm sorry, I got lost backstage. Could you let me by? I'm sorry for asking. And the guy responds in a very stiff voice, "Find some other way. Just leave me alone, or I'll get you thrown out."
All right. I want to pick this guy up and literally move him out of the way.
What if he's important?
I'm not going to hurt him. I just want to pick him up and move him out of this nice gentleman's way who asked so nicely to squeeze by. I'm not gonna tolerate someone being a dick.
The guy who's intimidating people about a chair.
How am I intimidated? What fuck you at me? What the fuck? Come on.
Dan, he's gonna contest this. He's not gonna want to move. So if you try to move, and he's gonna contest this, probably against your strength, and resist being like moved, and like so probably a strength versus your strength is what I'm imagining. Or no, probably a dodge roll.
Okay.
No, strength. He's gonna do strength.
I failed, but I want to push it.
Okay.
What happens if I push it?
If you push it, he's gonna push you back, and you might suffer a D3 of damage from falling over.
It's literally not rolling. What the fuck? Like I typed hard.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Seven.
an extreme success again.
Holy shit, Dan! He rolled a 3, so he also got an extreme success. But if we remember how contested rolls work, is we now compare his So basically, let's see here. We compare his stat to your stat, I believe.
Yeah,
So-
it's dodge versus my strength, right?
He was actually doing strength as well. So it's going to be his strength versus your strength. But yes,
Strength.
you compare successes, but in the case of the draw, the higher skill value wins. So let me see what
Mine's a
his.
60.
Okay, let me see what his is. Just a second. Nope, that's not it. Okay. He doesn't have strength, so I'm going to take the strength of an average build, which is going to be 50. So, you win.
Yeah, so I pick him up. I don't hurt him or anything. I just pick him up and I look to the guy and I say, You may pass, sir.
So the man goes, "Oh, thank you. I'm just so treated, so nice. I'm gonna put on a good show for you." And he kind of starts
Thank you.
moving past.
Okay. And then once he moves past, I put the guy back down in his chair.
He looks disgruntled and upset, but he's not doing anything. So,
Good little kid. Okay.
let's see here. Dan and Butcher, give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
And nobody's a musician here, right?
Just a dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed.
How'd
That
Butcher
is
do?
a Success.
Success. Great.
Am I rolling this too?
No.
Okay.
It was only the people next to him. It was kind of like as he was moving by.
Oh, right.
So, Butcher, you
I see.
notice that the trumpet has 4 valves. Let's see here. Okay. At this moment, the band leader makes an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, His Honor the Mayor is with us tonight. And you hear like applause, and the mayor kind of just like he does like the seated bow, you know. It is always a pleasure to have your esteemed company and patronage. In honor of your visit, we dedicate the next song to you. You see the man who you let by now get on stage. Let's see here. And let's see here. Just to let you know, the man you helped out, he has a rumpled brown coat. And it actually, as he's on stage, it contrasts with the white jackets of the band. As does the extraordinary strength and rippling precision of his tones as he joins them in a heated version of a new number, Dead Man Stomp. The rhythms are irresistible. The music ship top notch, and soon most of the crowd is dancing enthusiastically. The new piece is a hit. So everybody starts moving to like the dance floor and stage and starts dancing and start having a good time. And everybody make a spot hidden roll. And just
Can't roll for shit today.
not your day. Not your day, Irene.
Ooh.
Nice.
I passed.
That's a fail.
I failed.
Nice job, Jeff.
That is an extreme success for me.
Perfect. Yeah. Well,
Just
okay.
normal success from me, Spencer.
So there's not any benefit for getting extreme successes in this one. You just notice that there seems to be a newcomer who's wearing kind of like a hat, kind of like a nice slick like long coat and everything, and he just starts making his way into the bar. He starts getting a little bit lost in the crowd as like the music plays and everything's kind of like getting up to speed and everything like that. So yeah. So
Can I keep a bead on him as he moves through the crowd since I did so well?
sure. Yeah, you can kind of see where he's moving to and stuff like that. Professor Rondaway starts
Leo's gonna get up. I don't like the look of this guy, and he's gonna also kind of make his way slide like through the tables.
Okay, cool. So Professor Rondaway just kind of starts looking at the sarcophagus and goes, "Oh yes, actually, I think these words are actually spelling out." And then we're probably at midway through the Dead Man Stomp, the musical tribute to the mayor, when all of a sudden this
Someone's
man
gonna shoot him.
is right behind the stranger. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if he says anything. Sorry. Let's see here. Nope. He just all of a sudden everybody at the table sees him pulls out a .45 revolver, almost as big as he is, at point blank range, shoots this man squarely in the back of the head. While the band is loud and the crowd is louder at 3 feet, nothing is louder than the 45's report. The investigator opposite of the stranger is showered with brain and bone as it's blasted through the gaping hole in the stranger's forehead. So Irene, make a sanity check.
Oh god.
Sandy roll. And everyone else also make a sanity roll. Irene, your sanity roll, you lose 1 sanity if you pass, or 1d6 if you don't. While everyone else, it only loses 1 sanity if they pass, or 1d3 if they lose. So, ooh, Dalton, look at you. Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh,
Damn.
max sanity loss. Fun.
So a pass is 1 sanity loss.
Yep.
And what's a fail?
For you, Irene, it's 1d6.
Should I don't know. Do I
Well, what's your question?
I'm debating about using you can't use luck on sanity, can you?
No, I don't believe so. I can check the rules real quick.
It's okay. I probably won't because I explicitly said I wanted to go insane. So
Hey, you only have a 2/6 chance.
there goes 6 sanity points.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, we have our very first possible insanity. So, before we do anything else, let's go over the insanity rules real quick.
So excited.
All right. If an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points as the consequence of a single sanity roll, they have suffered a major emotional trauma. The player must roll a 1d100. If the result is equal to or less their intelligence, the investigator fully understands and comprehends what has been seen and goes temporarily insane for 1d10 hours. If they fail the roll, their mind is close to the horror they remain sane for now. So,
I passed the insanity. I passed my intelligence check.
So you fully understand and comprehend what you have seen and go temporary insane. So roll 1d10 for how many hours you go insane.
I have understood that I am covered in bone shards and brains and guts and woo, that man is super dead.
All right, perfect.
Guys, you have no idea how excited I am. I have waited the whole game for this.
Well then, I guess you're not getting your answer anymore.
5 hours.
5 hours. In addition, an insane investigator suffers a bout of madness. I'm going to need you to roll another d10, and I'm going to refer to the bout of madness table to see what bout of madness you incur, right?
7.
Incur.
You flee in panic! The investigator is compelled to get as far away as possible by whatever method available, even if it means taking the only vehicle and leaving everyone else behind. They flee for 1d10 rounds. So roll another d10, and you're getting the out of here. So, since that's the case, I'm going to start doing turn order. So
Another 7.
let me
Is this
add-
our chase?
We'll see.
7
And lore keeper, how's turn order determined again?
turns.
The turn order is determined by your dexterity. So instead of rolling like you do in other RPGs, it just kind of happens. So
Fast as fuck, boy. Y'all are never gonna catch me.
fast as fuck, boy.
Hey Spencer, can you give me permission
Panic.
to edit all of the other players so I have like their names in the turn order?
Yeah. How do I do that? Is that personalization? No.
I think it's in the token itself, maybe, or the thing in the hand, in like the journal.
Oh, so I have to go to each token and adjust it to like allow you to edit too?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So you should have Butcher. Did his name pop up for you?
No, maybe that's not how it works.
My name's showing, but is it just show for me?
We can all only see our own name.
Oh, wait. I have to delete the tokens and bring them back on. So that's how that works. So let me see here. Let me delete Butcher, and then does his name pop up for you now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I got to bring everyone's tokens back up. Okay. Right. Please bear with us while we do this. Irene, how many rounds are you running away for?
7.
See you later.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
All right. Dan, Irene, Leo. I didn't mean to delete Marvin, but here he is. Okay. So Irene was here. Leo was down here. Dan was here. And yeah. So, okay.
I actually have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we recover our hit points and magic points?
Yes, you did. All right. Can everybody put in their turn orders while I kind of go over everything? Let's see here.
Oh, cool. We can do that ourselves. Nice.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I can.
All right. Ba, 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 ba.
Goes
All right.
your move, right?
Dex.
Dex, that's right. So
By the way, if your investigator is temporarily insane, the keeper may decide to add a phobia or mania to your sheet, which I will. I'm gonna give you hemophobia,
Hemophobia.
fear of blood. You nailed it, Justin. So write that down on the back of your sheet, Ashley.
Woo! And is that like long standing? Does that ever go away?
Let's see here.
does emotional trauma ever go away?
You gain it. That stays.
No, it doesn't. You can go to therapy, but you're still traumatized.
So,
You're
by the way, while you're temporarily insane, I may present you with delusions, hallucinations that something may come up, and I can make you make a reality check, which is just a sanity roll. And if you're successful, you see through the hallucination, but if you fail, you fall deeper into the madness. And then once those 7 hours which you rolled have passed, you are sane once more and cannot be affected by more delusions. However, altered backstories or phobias or manias gained while insane remain in effect. So you are permanently afraid of blood now. And basically what that means is whenever blood is in your vicinity and you try to do stuff, you will suffer a penalty die to try to do anything.
That's so interesting.
Yep. So yeah, so our first temporarily insane investigator.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
See, our first run through went real smooth. This is more what I was expecting when we played this game.
Me too.
Okay. So, next up, okay. So with that, let's see here. Let me go back. Sorry, we were doing the insanity rules. I gotta check back in with us. Yeah, so just letting you know, as the stranger's body hits the table, you get a clear look at the gunman's face, and he also stares back into yours. He doesn't stay to chat and slides a revolver beneath his coat and starts coolly walking away very quickly. So he's gonna start going this way. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, cool. Yep. So let's see here. Irene, well, actually, how do I do this? Sorry, we entered turn order, so I just want to make sure everything's going okay. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do Irene. What are you doing? It is your turn. What are you doing?
How many? Okay, I am screaming. I take off my heels and I start shoving people aside and booking it towards the door.
Perfect. Let's see here. You can move 5 movement rate in yards. So a movement rate of 8 would mean 40 yards of movement or 120 feet.
I have a movement rate of 9.
So let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to see movement rate in distance. 5 times movement rate. So yeah. So 40
45
yards.
yards.
Yes, so you can move 45 yards in your turn.
How much is a
At full
square?
speed.
How big is
That's-
this place?
Let's see here. That's a good point. They don't include distance. You know what? I'm just gonna make it up. I'm gonna make it up as we go.
45 yards is like half a foot, just under
Yeah,
half a football field.
How far did that guy get to go?
He got to move in and shoot, and then now he's moving away. But I'm gonna say, Irene, which way are you going? Are you going for the door?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say you probably are like right here when you start running.
Okay.
Okay, Marvin.
It probably. I got blood and stuff on me too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not as much as Irene.
Yeah,
Irene's
yeah.
covered in it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably am caught off guard by like that and the fact that like I'm like trying to clean the blood out of my eyes and stuff as like Irene like pushes past me and like kind of like shoves me aside, and she runs forward, and I kind of spend a moment to like collect myself and just like center myself,
Yeah.
and I don't really do anything this turn.
Okay, perfect.
You're just like in shock almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leo, clearly you had a beat on the guy and you saw him do this dangerous act and he starts taking off. However, there is quite a few people in between you and him. So
Yeah, that's okay. We're going up on the dance floor.
okay. The dance floor full of people? Or are you talking
fine.
about the stage?
Before I'm gonna. It's so it's loud. Nobody really heard this big gunshot. People didn't clear out of off the dance floor already.
No, like everybody seems to still be listening to the music and the band's still playing.
Yeah, so I guess I'll get up on the stage, and then
You can take
how
a shot
far
at him.
away? How far? Yeah, is he like? Well, 15 yards. That's actually I'm guessing I don't have my like rifle on me.
No, probably a handgun. What handgun do you have?
I have a 45 revolver. It's only 15 yards.
15 yards? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sprint again. I'm gonna try and push at my way through the crowd to get to like this part of the, I'm gonna try and get over
right there.
here.
Try to cut him off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely is harder to kind of get through. So I'm gonna say you probably make it to right about here. Actually,
And then can I just shoot off in the air to try and clear the way?
yeah, you definitely can. Like get down type deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everybody get
Absolutely.
fucking down.
Roll intimidation for me. With a bonus die because like you have a gun.
You have a gun.
Oh yeah, so we're just kind of doing advantage. Is that how we're doing the bonus die? We're treating it like advantage because roll 20 is a little bit weird when
Yeah.
it comes to
Yeah.
bonus die.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take that.
Yep. You're good. You
That would
shoot
be
up.
that's a great success for me or an extreme success for me as well.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. You shoot up in the air, and everybody starts getting down, making way for you to kind of like possibly clear on the next turn. So
Yeah.
Butcher.
Yeah, so in response to this happening, I have a little bit of PTSD trigger here.
Yeah.
Just kind of having wrestled a little bit with my demons with the person that I had killed, kind of under the influence of possibly being able to see my dead wife again, and now seeing this other person killed and cold-blooded murder right in front of me, it brings that back. And so I kind of just jump out of my seat, or Butcher, pulls back and just kind of, again in shock, right? And it doesn't take, or just takes a point in sanity loss, but
Yeah,
definitely is bothered by this.
perfect. Dan.
Yeah, so for some reason, the first and only thought that goes through my mind is, where is the sarcophagus?
It's still in Professor Rondu away hands.
And so I look around and I see that, and I look at the professor, and I'm like, "Are you all right? All right, get down, hide the sarcophagus."
And he shoots under the table.
And I want to like I've got a 45 revolver with me too,
Yeah.
and I want to
Everybody's got 45s.
Yeah.
Except for my little Derringer.
Is every square like 15 yards? Like how
fast is your movement?
I've got a 7 move.
I'm gonna say you can make it to right here, like getting up from the chair and kind of like after everything happens, because Irene's faster than you, and I just said that she could get to right here. So,
Think like right there.
but you could scoot a little further, but
Yeah.
I think the squares are just tiling on the ground. I don't think
Yeah.
that's like,
the actual distance.
yeah, that's not like a game thing. That's just what the
Yeah.
ground looks like.
But with that, let's see here. Is there anything else you're gonna do on your turn, Dan?
Can I fire at the dude?
Irene's directly in front of you.
So no.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. She's small, but she's not that small. So, okay. At the end of that, so yeah, a gunshot rings off in the dance floor, and everybody gets down as Leo's running to chase after the killer and stuff like that. However, the band is still rocking, it's still playing. 2 gunshots have gone on, but they seem to be up in their own zone and kind of playing along. Marvin, and you and here, I'm gonna move him to boop. You and Butcher actually, who are still at the table, as you're hearing the music go on, you see the body of the stranger start to move. You see his hands kind of like tap to the beat, tip tap, splatting on the table. It's splatting on the table. His head is to the side. You see, with his face slumped sideways, in a sea of blood, brains and bone and whiskey, you can see the neat hole in the back of his head and the fleshy red funnel through his forehead. But he's tapping away with his hands. After a few seconds, he sits up into a sitting position. His eyes are rolled up, blood coursing from the exit wound on his forehead, but still he stands up. Butcher and Marvin, give me a listen roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the Call of Cthulhu experience the fans wanted.
And the fans needed.
I think that is a fail for me. Oh,
I got an extreme success.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. You hear from the now zombie stranger moan out the words, Joey. Were you able to hear that okay?
You said that was words that you just did?
Joey. He moans the word Joey.
Joey.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Man.
So with that, everybody freaks out. The band, everybody in the bar. Even though 2 gunshots have gone off, everybody starts running through the door. They all start like bursting, start running away. You see you see this guy start to go out the front door and make his way to the entrance. You guys can still follow him, and I'll kind of narrate what happens next when we get to your turn. But from there, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Welcome back to the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. I'm Spencer, and what's known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore, and today, me and my fellow victims are playing Dead Man's Stomp, the third adventure in the Call of Cthulhu starter set. So far, well, let me have everybody introduce themselves again and kind of catch us up on what's been happening. So, Dan, would you like to lead us off?
Yeah, hey, I'm Dan. I'm playing as myself. Some dude just got shot in the face and is now coming back alive as a zombie. So shit's getting weird. That's what I have to say about that. Dalton?
That's pretty good, accurate summary, Dan. I mean, we were just getting there for a nice, jazzy, educational evening in my snazzy new tie.
That doesn't match the rest of your clothes.
This guy just gets shot, gets blood over my snazzy new tie.
Yeah, I mean, you paid good money for that.
Right, so
It's
we have
probably
Dan
made
and
of silk or something.
Ashley, who are you playing as?
I'm playing Irene Whitmore, pronouns she, her, and she just got splattered
Nickelodeon style.
Nickelodeon style.
Now with green
Yeah.
goo.
Yep. With
Blood and brains.
blood and brains.
Viscera.
Yes, she just got splattered Jacqueline Kennedy style with
Oh my god.
bone and blood.
Persimmon.
Cacao.
Yeah, it's not good. And she screamed and threw off her shoes and started running away, and she is temporarily insane.
It has a new phobia of blood.
Seems warranted.
Yeah. Christian, who are you playing as?
Butcher. While Butcher may be used to getting splattered by animal blood carving into carcasses, Butcher has developed a past of people dying in front of him, sometimes at Butcher's own hands. So a little bit in shock right now, reeling back from the table, just from the sight of somebody getting shot point blank. But now that the body is actually animated and zombified.
Yes.
Christian, was that you that made a Portlandia reference with the cacao?
Yes.
Cool.
Thank
Beautiful.
you for appreciating it.
And last but not least, we have Leo, played by Justin.
What's up? I'm Justin. I'm playing Leo Quinn. He's a gangster. Pronouns he, him.
So yeah, where we last left off, as Mr. Butcher was explaining, essentially the stranger got
Spoilers.
So the stranger got his head blown from the back, and as he was laying there, viscera and like blood seeping out, the band kept playing, and he listened to the music, and he was tapping along, and he sat back up, and he moaned the word Joey and started to stand up. So I got rid of turn order because we're going to kind of do this in different segments. So let's first go off with, is anyone pursuing the strange man who shot the stranger?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So we have Leo. Dan, you were running as well. Did you want to join him?
Nah. Honestly, I'm kind of fat and I don't like running. And I think Leo was.
You're big.
I
You
don't
have
know
a
that
big
Leo's
build.
there. So I'm just like, you got away.
Okay.
what-
I mean, you might know that like shots popped off in the middle of the dance floor. That might have gotten your attention. So, up to you.
man,
All right. Well,
I mean,
let's.
I fully understand not wanting to run, but you probably know I'm there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like personally, like I'm thinking it, like this is me. Remember,
Right.
I'm really lazy. Like lazy to the point that I don't even want my character to run. That's that lazy. So like, I don't think I'm running after him. Like he goes out those doors and I'm like, ah, shit. He's probably, you know, like, or maybe I get like, you know, like here, but like,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
you know, everyone's always faster than me, so it's like, yep, that you know that was that's about what we expected, and then I come back in.
Okay, perfect. Well, okay, so let's play out the scene with Leo and the person, the mysterious person. So Leo, you run outside and you get to the street corner. I'm actually going to transition to a new scene. Do you guys kind of see this like street corner right here?
Yeah.
Like the outside? Perfect.
Sure
Cool.
do.
So yeah, so you run outside, trying to pursue the shooter.
Oh, can I
Uh,
scream to the as we're all doing this, or did he just kind of get past the bouncers already?
Yeah, he was able to kind of slip out, so that's why we're transitioning to this right
Okay.
here. Sorry about that. But so yeah, the reason why he gets past actually is because the guards are startled. Like they just heard a couple shots and they kind of like went in to kind of like see, but they didn't think to like stop him. But you see, like as you kind of hop out, you actually see a gray Packard, kind of like rolling away midway down the block. It like, well, it's like parked a little bit further up, but you see him get inside. He's like getting inside the gray Packard, and it starts to drive away. So go ahead and make a spot hidden roll first off.
Ready? I do not spot.
Okay, no, that's okay. It might have been a license plate, but who knows? Anyways, so what are you doing now? You see him kind of get into the car and it starts to take off.
Can I try and shoot out one of the I mean,
Tires?
do cars have taillights? Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
like aim for the taillight, maybe try and hit a tire. Anyway, I'd start blasting.
Anyways, let's start blasting. Bam! Go ahead and make a firearm roll for me.
All right. I got my pistol. I'd miss.
All right, the shot goes wide.
But I can't shoot 3 in a turn.
Yeah. So that's a perfect time to kind of go over this. So, what gun are you currently using?
I'm using a 45 revolver.
35 revolver.
Not
So-
revolver, automatic.
Automatic. Got it. Okay. So just let everybody know, if you look at the Keeper Handbook on page 402, there's a list of different firearms. And if you look, yeah, there's a bunch of different items there. So there's a 45 automatic. If you find that, the skill would be firearms handgun, which Justin Leo has. The damage, if successful, would be 1d10 plus 2. Its base range is 15 yards, and all that means is that as you get further and further out, it could be it could go like up to 15 yards. It's a normal check. Then it goes to hard, and then to extreme. Under the next one, uses per round. It has 1, but then 3 in parentheses. That means Justin or Leo gets to shoot 3 bullets, but every bullet after the first one is going to be made with a penalty die. You can normally negate that by getting within point blank range. But since you're in a car and they're kind of far off, it's just going to be, Justin's going to make the other 2 shots with just 1 penalty die. On top of that, you can see that the total amount of bullets in the magazine of the gun is 7. So that means if we go 2 rounds, he could shoot off, 6 bullets in totals. On the 3rd round, he could shoot 1 more bullet, but then he has to reload, and that takes a turn. essentially how that works is that reloading, you take your full turn to reload the full magazine, so he reloads his full 7 bullets, or you can shoot and reload, which means you can load 1 bullet and then oh, sorry, I think I mispronounced that. Or I think I said that wrong. I think for reloading, you can only do 1 or 2 bullets per round. But if you load and fire,
It
can.
depends. If it's like a magazine, I think it takes 2 turns. I need to double check that.
We'll
But
double check
like
that,
magazine reload takes more ammo, takes more time.
Yeah. But basically, yeah. So basically what that means is you can do your normal reload, or you can reload and fire. But you can only load 1 bullet typically and have a penalty dice with it. So, but obviously with magazines, they work a little bit different, but we'll cover that when we kind of review. Other than that, let's see here. Yeah. That's pretty much that for anything. You get a malfunction if you roll 100 when you do it. So, which means it's pretty hard to get a malfunction with this gun. But anyways, yeah, those are the basic rules. So Justin, you still have 2 more shots, just made up a penalty die.
All right. So we just do it with that disadvantage. Boop, boop. Oh, bam! I get one. I get that tire.
Roll your damage.
Oh, nice. Alrighty. And so damage on that gun is gonna be, I think it's 1d10 plus 2. Hold on, I'm just double checking that. The old sheet. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be 1d10 plus 2. So roll that d10. Ooh, that's a tasty amount of damage. So I'm gonna do 8 damage total to his
Tail light?
I was hoping the tire, but
okay. Sure, yeah. Let's see. I can look up how much
I don't know how like tires are in the 20s, so like
I'll look up Call of Cthulhu object damage right now. Because
yeah,
I
also
know,
like if I just hit the car or whatever, you can do okay, so they're like kind of regular tires.
Yeah.
But it depends. So I don't know. Keeper of the lore, you keep the lore on how the damage is done.
Yeah, I know like a thin door or a thin wooden fence would be 5 hit points, and a standard back door would be 10 hit points. So I'm just gonna say it's 5 hit points to keep it simple. Like a tire would be 5 hit points, which you pop that thing. So you pop one of the back tires. You know, that's not gonna stop it from going. So they're still gonna speed off, but obviously they're a bit slower now.
Oh, can I get that third shot off? Maybe hit it. I don't, whatever. This is the third shot. I'm going to make it with 3. You can just determine how it all works.
Absolutely.
So 1, 2, 3. And I missed that third shot. I'm guessing we just take the worst one.
Yeah, I think you only make, I think you still only get 1 penalty die with it for each subsequent shots. I believe it's only when
either
you're
way.
doing...
What's
that?
I missed.
I thought there was an additional penalty die for each additional shot.
I thought that was only with burst fire, but we can double check the rules.
We'll double check the rules and get back at the end of the thing. I'm comfortable with saying that I missed that third shot.
Yep, it was unlikely to hit regardless. So, so as you kind of fire, you pop one of the tires, but then you try to shoot a third shot and it doesn't work. However, inside of the gray Packard, it hits the gas, and seeing you kind of take shots at them, the door, let's see. Oh, well, you're taking shots and stuff. The doorman like flings himself to the ground, or the two doormen who are like blocking the way in. And basically, the window in the gray Packard gets rolled down, and you see a thug kind of lean out the window with a Tommy gun and start spraying at you.
Ah!
Yeah. So go ahead and let's see here.
Make one dodge.
Yeah, make a dodge roll.
All right. Ah, shit, I'm gonna push that.
I don't think you can push combat rolls if I remember correctly.
Then I would like to use most of my luck.
Let me double check. Let's see here. Pushing a roll. Sorry, I because it's an opposed roll, I don't think you can use luck or push it. I want to double check
All
the
right,
rules of that.
then I get hit.
Let's see
Provided they
here.
hit me. I didn't dodge.
Sorry, it's been a second since I kind of brushed up on this. Dang it. I wish I had my I wish I had that cheat sheet that we had not that long ago. That'd be really nice to have right now.
I'm looking in the keeper handbook right now.
Pushing the roll. Only skills. Can't push luck, sandy lost, combat damage rolls, and opposed rolls. That's what I thought. Okay. And then
Okay.
luck. Let's double check on luck. Spend luck. Can't escape a fumble. No skill check earned if luck is spent. Cannot spend luck on luck rolls, damage rolls, sandy rolls. So let's
This
see
isn't
here.
a damage roll.
It isn't a damage
this is
roll.
a skill roll. This
So
is
you
a
can do
skill
that.
roll.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so can't push combat, but you can push these. So go ahead. Or sorry, reverse what I just said.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't push
I
combat, but you can
do
spend
get
luck.
it this time. Whew.
Perfect.
Pushed.
Oh,
Success.
no, sorry, I mispronounced that. You can spend luck. You can't push combat.
It's not a combat roll. It's a skill roll. It's dodge. Dodge is a skill.
Yes, but they're firing a gun at you.
Oh, all right. Well, then I will spend the. All I have to do is tie, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, then I will spend the 23 points of luck to not get hit.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. So you do not get hit with the bullets. And yeah. So basically they kind of start speeding off with their tire with a flat tire. And with that, we're gonna rotate back to Small's Paradise, where we pick up with the rest of the party. So, Irene, are you gonna continue to run away?
Oh, hell yeah. Irene's going to continue to run away.
All right, go ahead. You can move yourself like as you're starting to like exit the building and such like that. So, Dan, Marvin, Butcher,
Yeah.
you like, well, I guess Dan, you if you give up and you turn around, you see this stranger get up from the table and stand up. So, as well as like Marvin and Butcher, what are you guys doing?
I point my gun at the zombie, and I guess I shoot it. I mean, like I could obviously tell that this thing is like a fucking zombie, right?
It's somebody who was dead a moment ago, has a hole in his forehead, and has stood up.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Can I like shoot its like knees or something?
Yeah, you can do that.
I want to shoot its knees so it can't walk anymore.
Hobble
Okay.
that zombie.
So, what gun do you have, Dan? Do you just have like a normal handgun?
I also have a 45 revolver.
Revolver?
Yeah.
Okay, you can shoot up to 3 shots. Go ahead and make your first check.
Okay, so I get a 30. Nice, that's a success.
Perfect. So go ahead and roll your damage.
It was a D10 plus 2, right, Justin?
For the I think so. For the 45 revolver, D10 plus 2. Yep.
Yeah, so that's 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And that I was aiming at his knee, his kneecap.
Yeah, perfect. Let me see what happens.
8
I'm gonna double
damage. You
check.
blow his. You no more knee.
Right.
Oh.
45 is a pretty high caliber bullet.
Perfect. Okay. So
Oh yeah. Let me record my luck use.
Perfect. You shoot, and you shoot through his knee. You blast his kneecap off, but for some reason, he seems like almost utterly unaffected by it and still stands tall.
Well, so what I'm saying is his knee, it shouldn't go through his, like, the force of a 45 would literally, like, explode the knee.
That is
The
true.
lore keeper has kept lore.
That is true. That is what normally would happen with a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
But Babe has spoken?
But Babe has spoken.
Okay, all right.
The lore has been kept.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it again, I guess.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm gonna shoot the same knee and try to make a hole next. Like I wanna use bullets as a saw on this thing's knee.
It's a saw.
If that makes sense.
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay, so that did not hit. But I could shoot a third time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're rolling with penalty dice, right?
Well, I don't think. Well, so I don't think. Oh yeah, Dan. I guess just double check. You don't get the crit fail, but you missed that one. So I
So
think what Dan did was notice that he didn't.
remind me the penalty dice again.
So just one penalty dice.
Okay, and it's that's on the wait, so that's disadvantage, right? Is what we said?
Yep,
Roll
exactly.
twice and take.
Okay. All right. Well, this is okay. So that one. Okay, so yeah, I guess that one misses. Screw it. I don't feel like spending the luck.
No worries. I did find out the true ruling, and turns out I was correct. So the more penalty dice added on for each bullet, that's actually a burst fire thing. So on page 405 of the Keeper Handbook, it says uses per round, and this is in the bottom right. Number of attacks that can be initiated per round. Most firearms fire one bullet without penalty. More bullets up to the maximum shown by the number in the bracket may be fired, but each shot taken with a penalty die. And that's it.
Yep.
So, for shotguns firing twice at the same target, no penalty is taken for the second shot. But if the second shot targets a different opponent, that shot is made with a penalty. So, but anyways, that was right below all of the guns and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let everybody know. Anyways, back at it. So you said you made the other shot, and the other shots didn't hit, right?
Right, the other ones did.
So yeah. So you shoot him, and it seems to it seems to have done damage, but he seems pretty unaffected by it. So
Yeah.
and also give me a sanity roll because you've witnessed a reanimated corpse for the very first time.
Okay. I pass.
All right, perfect. You don't lose any sanity points, and you're A-okay.
Yeah, I've read too many zombie stories.
Yeah, you know what's gone.
I'm familiar with like the New Orleans,
Yeah.
you know, like the voodoo. Like I've heard of like zombies and voodoo. It's not like the craziest thing. Plus, like the Bible speaks of the dead rising.
So just to let you know, if you would have failed that, you would have lost 1d8 of sanity points. But keep in mind, when you encounter certain creatures, so this would be considered a zombie. When you encounter any zombie, if you've already lost, like, say 3 points, the most you could ever lose is 8 points in total. So you would keep track of the zombie on the back of your sheet, and every time you lose sanity from witnessing a zombie, you would write that down, because once you see a monster for a certain amount of times, you've hit the max of what you can suffer sanity from loss from them.
Yeah,
If that makes-
basically get used to it.
I have to roll again.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So, note that the maximum total of sanity points that can be lost for encountering a lot of zombies in a short period is 8 points. Once they've lost those 8 points, The maximum sanity loss for seeing a zombie. The keeper doesn't need to ask for investigators to make any further sanity rolls for seeing yet more zombies. So that was Dan's turn. So Marvin and Butcher, you're still up. So
the professor is still under the table, right?
yeah, as far as you know.
Can I like grab him and like pull him away from the zombie?
Of course, yeah. So you grab onto the professor. He is willing. So you kind of grab him and pull him over towards you, and he's like, oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, and we kind of step south a little bit.
Yep. Perfect. Butcher, what are you doing?
Yeah, and Butcher is kind of caught in a corner right now.
Yeah. There is a door right here.
Oh, there is a door right there. I see that.
It's closed, but you can go through it. Yeah.
Am I able? Yeah, it's not locked.
Nope.
All right. Butcher's going to try and make an exit here to get some space because that zombie may come for him, and he is not wanting to fight.
Yep, absolutely. So you see like a long hallway with different doors that lead into different sections. So whatever you like to do.
Okay.
You could probably check out one of these sections or get to like probably like the third door down, which I'll ping here in a second. You can probably run down here or check out one of these first two rooms.
I can go in the first room here. I'm not
Alright.
sure the zombie will quite know where I went at that
Yeah.
point.
So you look inside. It's a storage area. It's where all the food and the booze is kept like that. So you kind of like run in the back and you probably shut the door and hold it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, most definitely.
All right, cool.
I've got the strength for that.
So now that everybody has gone, the zombie starts to shamble his way. Probably makes it like next to Dan, but he's not going for Dan. He seems to be just kind of shuffling towards the door, if that makes sense. Like he kind of moves the chair and starts like just like, yo. His eyes rolled back, blood still dripping down his face from the bullet wound. People start to notice at this point, and like maybe there's like a flapper girl that's right here who kind of turns, and like maybe she feels the brush of somebody like bump up, like the zombie bump up against her chair, and she goes, "Excuse me." And screams out in fear, and this starts alerting everyone. Everybody starts turning and now they're frozen in fear and start making their way towards the doors.
Oh, so girl screaming does it, but like 5 gunshots doesn't.
Well, yeah. The point was they were gonna notice at this point because there was plenty of gunshots now. So yeah, we're back. Irene, you can run out of the place if you like.
I will do so.
Okay. Exiting onto the street, you actually see zombies all over the place. There's people bleeding from their eyes and walking past you and coming towards you. Go ahead and make a sanity roll.
And do I compare this to my new sanity now that I've lost?
Yes.
Oh, that's a fail.
That's a fumble.
Yeah. So
Is that actually a fumble?
Is that a fumble, babe?
Is your sanity below 50?
Yes, now it is.
So any roll made if you have the skill above 50, it's only 100 that fails. But if you make the roll and your skill is below 50, like 49 or under, that means your fumble is between 96 and 100.
Yeah, I started out at 50 and now I'm at 44, so that is a fumble.
So this was a delusion that I made for you. You now perceive everybody around you as blood dripping down their eyes and from their faces. So react how you would in that situation.
Is anyone coming towards me, like trying to help me?
Maybe not at first, but as you start kind of like looking around frantically, yeah, probably like a maybe one of the doormen, like who was on the ground, he like gets up and goes, "Miss, is something wrong?" But all you can see is white eyes and blood. Yeah.
I'm gonna scream and start like swinging my purse around vehemently, trying to like hit things and keep them away. Like, get back! You monsters! Get back!
Perfect. Yeah, you do so. You
Can
know
I
what?
roll to see if I hit the doorman?
100%. I believe that would be probably like a small club. Yeah. I'm trying to see.
I do hit.
I'm gonna say
Oh, nice.
unarmed attack. So 1d3, and do you have any bonus damage?
No, I'm small.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just 1d3.
It's like brawl, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a major success.
Yeah. And then there is bonus damage based. If you're actually extra small, you do less damage, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
My build is 0 and my damage bonus is 0. I don't have any notes about doing like negative damage.
Nope, you're fine. Just roll your d3 like normal.
yeah, if it's 0, it's all like there's no bonuses either way.
I clock him right in the face, and I give
Oh.
him a black eye.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I think you
3
do a little bit more
damage.
than that.
Yeah, he like covers his eye and he goes ah.
Maybe his nose starts actually bleeding.
I
Yeah,
like
there's some
Fuck his nose.
maxillofacial damage in there.
I like to think, do you keep your
Pop an eye
gun in
socket.
your purse?
I do keep my gun in my purse.
It's probably that's what hit him in the eye was your gun in your purse. That's what happened. So
Cracked his occipital bone.
yeah. So he took some
Right, that's what
damage
that one
and
is.
he's
yeah, your
like,
occipital is the. Or no, this is your occipital. This is your orbital.
Orbital.
Occipital is the base of your skull.
Oh, I learned something today. Thanks, Dr. Ashley.
No problem.
So that scene's occurring outside. Let's go back inside the bar. We have Dan, Martin, and Butcher. What are you guys doing?
The zombie's still like shambling.
Shambling. He made his way. I don't know. He's kind of going towards the door.
How crowded is the venue still? Like,
It's still pretty crowded. People are starting to make their way to the door, but like it's like they're still like they just like realize like, oh shit, there's like a guy who's walking around. So
okay. How did Ashley get out?
there wasn't too many people in her way.
Okay, sure.
Because Joey also made out, or sorry, Leo also made out.
I also have a movement of 9, Dalton.
Yeah, she's really
and I'm
quick.
very
Yeah.
dexterous.
I'm gonna toss a chair at the zombie.
Okay.
Just try and knock it
So
over.
that would be throw. That would be a throw. Roll. There is stats for this.
It's a
let's-
20% chance.
Okay. Where is? Okay, there's like rock and stuff like that. I'm trying to find like a. Let's see here. Throw.
I mean, I have a throw skill. I don't have any
Yes.
points. Like the default is just 20.
No, yeah, you would make a throw. Let's see here. So a rock thrown is your throw skill. And normally that'd be 1d4 plus half your DB, which I think is that your body size?
DB?
Damage bonus. Damage
Your
bonus.
damage
Yeah.
bonus is based on your size? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Do you know your damage? So I'm going to say it's 1d6 plus half your damage bonus to throw the chair.
Okay, what did you say the damage bonus was?
So,
Just want to make sure.
What's your
correct.
build?
yeah, what is your strength plus your size?
Okay, it's 0.
It's 0, so you don't get any. So yeah, just 1d6. If you succeed your throw roll.
Okay. I mean, I failed, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I also
you
wasn't
throw
really
the
trying to do
chair-
damage. I was trying to like knock it over.
Oh, okay. I would have. Well, that probably would have been a fighting maneuver, but I would have said like you still would have had to use your throw skill.
Mhm.
But I would just would have, instead of like, it probably would have done some damage, but like since you're like aiming it differently, maybe like with that intent, I would have said that. So yeah.
Mhm.
But anyways, so you throw the chair, but like it maybe like catches on the bar and like falls on the ground there instead. So and then let's go back to oh, sorry. Uh I forgot to have Marvin do a sandy roll for seeing the zombie.
I pass.
Okay, you're good. And I should have Butcher do that as well because he did definitely see the zombie. So, but anyways, it is Butcher's turn. Butcher, you have hold yourself up in the storage room.
You said you want me to roll another
Sandy, yeah, for
sanity
seeing the
roll, right?
zombie. I should have done that before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, makes sense. That is a pass.
You're good. So yeah,
So
we're all
that's just
you guys are all good. The only one who's suffering right now is Irene.
So that's all still 1 point though.
It would be 0.
Oh,
Yep. So you're good.
okay.
All right. So you're holed up in
yeah.
this room.
So I don't. So does Butcher hear anything on the other side, like able to tell if the zombie is coming his way?
Give me a listen roll.
Obviously doesn't here, do this. Oh, that's a fail.
You just hear zombie moans, the same as before.
I hear zombie moans. Okay. So yeah, Butcher is going to continue bracing the door. While Butcher does this, looking around, is there anything that could aid me in bracing the door, or going to fight, needing in case I need to fight the zombie?
Yeah, give me a luck roll. See if you can, or no, spot hidden. Spot hidden to see if you can find like a plank to shove in the door.
Okay. That's a fail too.
All right, nope.
All right.
There's just crates. So, I mean, like, you can move a crate in front of the door, but it's gonna take a strength roll next turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. I'll
Cool.
keep Butcher keeps bracing the door.
I like to think that, like, the reason why it's gonna be next turn is because you're, like, too busy looking around specifically for, like, a wood plank, and then you're just, like, realize there's nothing in there, and then you see the crate, you're like, oh, I should just move that. So, but anyways, let's go back to Irene. What are you doing? Are you gonna continue to run?
Yeah.
All right. So you're able to kind of like run away, maybe down an alleyway or something like that, and you're just kind of like running away and such. So, inside Small's Paradise, everybody starts to move towards the door and start running out. The zombie actually probably gets to like right here, and then people like, because it's so crowded, people start just like running like over him and stuff like that. So he gets like knocked to the ground, and he's on the ground just being stomped on and stuff like that.
Trampled like a Walmart Black Friday.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's the worst thing.
So he's just being stepped on and stomped on. But yeah, the whole place starts running out. Yeah. So let's go back to everybody inside. So Dan and Martin, let's do you first since you're in the bar seat.
Is the zombie like it looks like it's wandering into like where the crowd is?
Well, he was moving that way, and then the crowd are also running out the exit, so they ran on top of him.
Okay.
Yes.
And is he still moving at all?
He's spot hidden. Oh.
Okay. Nope. That's a crit fail, I'm pretty sure.
He's being stepped on.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay. But nobody, and then, yeah, nobody's like reacting. Nobody seems like they're getting hurt as part of
No,
the trampling him.
It doesn't seem to be so far.
Okay. I think we're good then. Problem solved.
Yeah, I
Dan?
mean,
Yeah.
so yeah. I'm gonna go over and just kind of like, or people are still trampling him, like actively trampling him right now.
Right now, yeah, people are moving.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm just gonna walk over here and I guess just chill.
Okay, cool. So I'll just kind of move the scene along. So the people exited out, and you see like the zombie on the ground, and he's like crumpled, and he starts moving again, and he kind of like puts his arms down, and he stands up once again.
Uh,
Okay, so the crowd is passed
Has
over him.
exited. Yes, most of everybody has cleared out and has started running away. Yeah.
Okay.
uh, he's just like not facing us. He's like walking out.
Yeah, he's just standing up right now.
Is the band still playing? You mentioned that they were like in their own space. They were just playing.
They still are.
They're still playing.
Yep.
Can I implore the band to stop?
Yeah, you can try talking to them. I wonder what that would be. Maybe let's see here. What role would that be to kind of like, because you have to yell at them and be pretty loud.
Is the mayor there? Still on stage?
The mayor, he ran out
Okay.
as well. So did you want to use fast talk or persuade? Persuade takes a long time. Fast talk would be pretty quickly to try to be like, hey, calm down, like quiet down.
I can try to do that.
That would
Or
probably
you
be
used-
what would be applicable in this situation.
Yeah, as well as like you could do intimidate too, but like yeah, persuade would take a long time.
Dan, did you want to try and
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
at them to get them to stop?
I like go up and I'm like, hey man, you remember me from earlier? Like, hey, like, hey, cool it off real quick, guys. Take a five,
Yeah, make a roll for me.
Okay, I am going to spend 6 luck points and make it happen.
All right, perfect. You spend 6 luck points to succeed. So, the band leader does kind of like stop singing. The previous like the back band members do not stop, and he goes, "What? Huh? What's going on?"
Like, hey, tell you guys to stop, man.
Oh, sure. Hey, quiet down, boys. Quiet down. While this is happening, this guy makes his way through the doors.
I just say to like these guys, like, hey, did you not see like all the stuff that just happened in front of you?
So, um,
Show
let's
must
see
go
here.
on.
Yeah. At this point in time, everybody kind of like stops and kind of like looks out and go like, especially like Charlie right here, who he goes, huh? What? Like, what's going on? Where did everybody go?
Dude, there was like gunshots, a literal zombie just ran out the door. Like, there were gunshots. Yeah, dude. Like,
oh no, boys, we gotta get out of here. Here, come on. And actually, this guy right here, he goes, hey, you said shots here? The cops are gonna get here any second. Come on, follow me.
all right, cool. We'll follow you.
Cool, perfect. So they start to make their way backstage back here.
Can I call out to
Join them?
Butcher and go and like Butcher's still hiding in the room, so I want to make sure he knows.
Yep.
And then get him and the professor and we all go backstage.
Yeah, absolutely. So Butcher, you do hear that. You do hear your comrade Marvin kind of go like, hey, we're getting out of here.
Butcher slowly opens the door and checks the left and right down the hall just to make sure it's clear, and runs across into the room, seeing everybody grouped
Yep.
No sign of zombie, and meets back up with them.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So yeah, everybody starts making their way towards the back and starts to head out. Whoops, that is the drum set. So yeah. Everybody starts to head out. While doing so, the main guy, Charlie, he goes, "Hey," he turns to you, Marvin. He goes, "Oh my God, were you hit?" He looks at the blood on your tie. "Are you okay?"
Never been better.
All right. You weren't doing the shooting, were you?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's get out of here. So they lead you to this back door over here. Whoops, I just grabbed everything. But
Why
they
is-
lead you. Yeah.
Why is one dual wielding swords?
I could only find some tokens, Dalton. I was working with what I had.
What is a crossbow? Another has a shield.
Oh, all
They're ready
right.
for anything, dude.
Those aren't instruments.
I mean,
All right. Well, anyways, so once they get back here, they take off. Can somebody give me? Can all three of you give me a spot hidden roll?
Ooh, that is a extreme success.
I'm gonna
Well
spend
done.
luck to pass.
oh, that's
Okay.
fail.
Did you spend a lot of luck?
5.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are kind of like leaving, Dan spots it immediately and picks it up, and maybe like you help him like point it out. There seems to be a business card dropped on the ground. That says the Morgan Dupay Christian Funeral Home, and then at the bottom there's written in scribbles the unbolded font that says 11 a.m. sharp. Bring your horn, New Orleans style. So that seems to have slipped out of somebody's pocket as they're making their way out. But
I pick it up.
cool. All right. So are you guys running out the back and leaving as well? Or is anybody checking out? Oh, well, we could return to the front with, find out what's going on with Leo.
Mhm.
But are you guys leaving out the back? I'll ask that first.
Yeah, I think we'll leave out the back, but I do plan on looking for Irene.
Okay,
And
perfect.
I guess I don't do I know that Leo's here?
That's a good question.
I don't think I would have.
He did shoot in the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah. I probably
I'll leave-
noticed. I probably looked at him firing the gun and saw Leo and be like, what's he doing here?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that'll probably
first
be
off,
what we do next.
we'll return to Leo back on the front street. Well, I guess I'll have we'll stay on the Small's Paradise screen for right now. So, you got fired at, and the car has taken off. What are you doing, Leo?
So I'm doing I'm looking around first to see
Yeah.
if the fuzz is on their way.
You do hear sirens. Sirens are fast approaching. Everybody, you see like this is like the stream of people like coming out of the front right now, and you hear sirens going off.
I'm gonna try and just I'm guessing I totally missed this whole I read the situation. What with almost getting shot.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna kind of so if the car went this way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and disappear into the crowd and just kind of like I'm gonna put my gun away real, and then I'm just gonna start kind of moving at the same speed the crowd is going.
Okay.
But what I'd like to do while I'm doing that is I'm guessing that the tire is making some sort of mark on the street.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd like to keep following the marks.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll kind of like forward in time a bit then and just kind of explore this story real quick, and then we'll bounce back to the party. Well, we'll
Do
say
some Tarantino action.
yeah. I mean, like, I am concerned about how Leo's going to meet up with everybody, but we could say that like Marvin's keeping a lookout. So maybe you guys will meet up later. We'll figure it out. So you start to follow the trail left behind, and let's make a couple of different checks. Let's see here. Let's make a spot hidden. 3 different times just for you to kind of follow the trail.
Alrighty. Fail. Oh, great success.
Mm-hmm.
Or extreme success. And extreme success.
Perfect. Okay. How I'm gonna rule this is that like you start to lose it right at the beginning. You're like, oh shoot. But then like
Too many people.
Yeah, you are knowledgeable about the city. You know different different crime people and stuff like that. So you start to think, hey, I might recognize like some of the people here. I might recognize some of the people involved. I think that he might be a part of a gang, and I know where they hang out. So you get back on the trail and you start following it even further. I think you do recognize the person too. Let's see here. Yeah, because you have a crime background. You know the shooter. You know the shooter. His name is Joey Larson, and he's part of Archie the Boss Bonato's gang, which I'm guessing is not your gang, right?
No.
Whether you guys are rival gangs or you know you don't mind each other, I'll let you decide that. But you recognize like who he is, and we'll continue on after you kind of explain your connection.
Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. So that was Joey Larson.
Yeah, Joey Larson.
Joey Larson. And he's part of the
Archie the Boss Bonato's gang. Or the boss's gang, for sure.
All right. Archie the Boss Bonato. I'm guessing what's business? So as long as we're not at war, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool. Yeah, do what you need to do.
essentially, you're able to track it back to
My landlord is calling me. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
Bounce over to everybody else.
Okay, I'll do that. So
All right.
let's rotate to
I missed one.
the night street. So essentially you guys exit out to the street. The crowd has dissipated. Irene seems to have run away somewhere, and there. Okay, cool. And as the crowd kind of dissipates, you're kind of left alone on the street. We have Butcher, Dan, and Marvin all kind of grouped up together by, well, Irene, I'm just going to say you kind of disappear into the night until your 7 hours are up. So.
Yeah, I imagine I kind of find like an abandoned alley or an abandoned shop, and I just kind of huddle up inside in the fetal position, still covered in
blood and gore.
and bone, and
yeah. So
just kind of attempt to process what I've seen.
What is everyone else doing?
Yeah. We're at that funeral home?
No. You're out on the night street right after.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, I was looking. Sorry, I just like got distracted for a second, and I saw that.
We left out the back. We haven't found Irene, right?
No.
Probably start looking for her.
Yeah, and I'll allow like.
Well, are we following those guys?
We were following them out the back. I don't know if we were gonna follow them wherever they ran.
Well, I wanna since it says bring your horn, I wanna like yell to them like do I still see them, Spencer?
They scattered when all of you guys got outside.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like
You guys can look for Leo, or you can look for like Dan definitely saw Leo, as he was like running out and shooting. So you can look for Leo, or you can look for Irene if you wanted to, or go home and wash off the blood.
I'll go help. I'll go help look for Irene. Leo can handle himself.
Okay, cool.
Given that Butcher does not have um, great tracking skills and no ranged weaponry, I'm going to assist in, trying to find Irene and getting the party back together.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay.
All back together.
I'll say for trying to spot like maybe where she would have went, she was covered in a bunch of like blood and gore. So you could kind of like search around and like look for any kind of trails leading off.
Can I make a
So-
suggestion?
Sure.
You could also ask passersby if they'd seen me. I'd imagine I stick out like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I walk up to the closest passerby and be like, "Hey, have you seen, girl about yay tall, probably freaking out?"
Yeah, so I'll move you guys back to Small's Paradise. Because I imagine you kind of start your approach here at the front, right? And such. So
I mean, not
maybe
if I hear sirens and stuff coming.
Oh, there are sirens and stuff. Okay, yep, sure. All right. Well then. You just ask kind of like people on the night street. Go ahead and make a luck roll.
Pass.
Awesome. Perfect. So, one person actually says to you, "Yes, I saw she ran that way," and kind of directs you towards probably the abandoned building that Irene is currently stationed in.
Freaking out, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Cool. I think we should head over that way while trying to not get spotted by any cops that may or may not be around, because we are covered in blood as far as I'm aware. Not covered, but have blood on our
You,
clothes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Much more bloody than an average person would be.
Does that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to kind of like get into the same abandoned house. How does that gonna roll out? What's Irene doing? How does everybody approach this?
It's a good question, Irene. You see three
Irene-
people enter through the front door.
Not doing great. So I'm sorry, are you coming through the front door? Do I see you?
Yep.
How long has it
Yeah,
been?
go ahead. Probably only like an hour, because you guys like ran out the back door and we're starting to like kind of search for her. And I don't think Irene made it that far.
They look like zombies still.
Well, yes, they do. As Marvin kind of like enters through the front door and starts making his way towards you and calls out, you see blood dripping down his face just like everybody else. So make a sanity roll.
I mean, wasn't it just for 7 hours?
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's
said only an
been
hour.
an
passed.
hour.
Right. So why? I mean, we know she's still insane. Why does she need to make a sanity roll?
For a delusion. She saw you with blood on your face.
Okay.
Oh, I
yeah.
pass.
All right, perfect. So as you start to look, you start to see the blood kind of on his face, but then you start to recognize Marvin, and the blood fades away, and you recognize him for who he truly is.
Margaret, oh thank God. I'm just what happened? I can't.
A guy got shot, and some of the stuff got on you. It's all that happened. You're fine.
I scream again.
Butcher, can you just do a violence and knock her out? because I don't think we're fixing this anytime soon. She needs help,
If you
like
think
professional
that'll
help.
be good.
And there's cops and three people, three dudes trapping a young girl in an abandoned house.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally necessarily agree with that, Marvin, but under the circumstances, Butcher, I'm also going to ask you if you could just do it violence.
Do I hear all of this, Keeper?
Yeah, I mean, like, unless they were saying they were whispering to each other.
And I start whipping my purse around again in like a violent frenzy. Like, keep back! Don't you come near me!
And
All right, yeah, you did see this through the delusion, so you attacking your comrades is your own volition at this point.
They said they were gonna attack me!
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna try and get behind her and cover her mouth with my hand
Okay.
to calm her down. If that doesn't work,
Does anyone have any chloroform?
Let's go ahead and let's get out the turn order, since we're kind of going back and forth right now.
Yeah, so I think right now the goal of Marvin, Dan, and Butcher is to restrain Irene so we can get her probably to some sort of facility that
Calm her down.
will hopefully
Yeah.
not just give her a lobotomy.
Yeah. I would like to let you guys know you could probably make a psychology roll to kind of calm her down. She'd still be insane, but at least she'd be calm, right?
Yeah,
like,
let me do that.
well,
first.
we're in turn order now.
Oh, okay.
Because you said you were going to attack her and she freaked out and started hitting back. So
That's fair. That's
Irene, you are the fastest. So are you going to attack somebody in particular with your bag, or are you just kind of, if anybody gets close, you're just going to
I
whip
just want to keep people back. So
Okay.
I will not, like, make an effort. I imagine I'm fairly cornered at this point. Like, there's probably nowhere else for me to go.
Yeah.
So I would just like to, kind of swing at whoever comes closest.
All right. Marvin, you have the second fastest. So how are you approaching this situation?
Right, probably just like trying to corral Irene like into a corner to make sure that like she can't run.
Yeah, sure. So you're kind of like blocking your way and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Butcher. Now you're gonna probably try to grab onto her and like hold her.
yeah, I'm gonna try and cover her mouth so
So I'm gonna
alert
go ahead.
anybody.
So I'm gonna say that's a fighting maneuver. So you're gonna use your fighting brawl, and actually you can dodge or fight back. It sounds like with the way you're describing things, it sounds like you want to fight back, but however you want to approach this.
Yeah, I imagine I'm fighting back. Dodge is the smarter thing for me to do. I'm better at it, but
Yeah.
I'm also not sane right now.
So if you are fighting back, use your fighting skill, and you need to achieve a higher level of success than your attacker. So Christian, what is your
fail.
level? Okay.
I
Christian-
rolled a success.
Boom. Okay. Butcher is able to successfully grab on to Irene and kind of hold her mouth, right? You don't want her to scream.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'll just say she's restrained now. So Dan,
Yeah, I'm gonna do a psychology roll. Okay, so
it's not a fumble.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna push it.
Oh, okay. Here's what's gonna happen. If you succeed this, you calm her down. She will still be insane, and she won't really be able to do much. But she'll at least, maybe go back with you guys to a hotel or wherever you guys are staying.
Willingly.
If you fail, she is gonna fight you guys the entire way.
Okay, so my psychology is a 50, so this is literally a 50-50.
Just letting you
Okay.
know, you can't push a roll and then spend luck. So if you want to spend luck, you'd have to do it now, compared to
I'd have to drop all my luck. I don't even think I have enough luck to cover.
All right, I was just letting you know.
We're pushing it.
Do it. Don't fumble.
Oh!
Fuck.
I was real close.
I bite Butcher's hand.
Well, as long as it's Busher, I don't care.
So, yeah, I'm
Dude,
gonna
murder
say
guy, you know?
if you guys are gonna try to, how are you guys trying to take her back, and where are you trying to take her back discreetly?
Honestly, if she's gonna fight the whole way, I might. Should we get the police involved, guys?
Maybe we could just like call from like a payphone or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's cops around. Like the
That's
sirens are
anonymous.
blaring right outside. Like we could just go up and say, like, "Hey, this girl, like we were there." Like,
Area.
what's the professor doing during this? Does he have any bright ideas?
He probably you wanted him to follow you, right?
Yeah. I made sure he was with us.
Okay, he started following you, but he's freaking out, and he's just like, I think I'm gonna go, and
No.
he starts walking away.
We still need to finish our conversation about the sarcophagus.
Yes, and I'll
No, you're-
contact you later about it, but it seems like you're dealing with another woman right now. Goodbye.
Nope, you're in this now.
Yeah.
You're in this too.
He's going to continue to walk away.
Man,
So if you
get
want him, you're going to have to tackle him or something, or chase after him.
Is he leaving with the sarcophagus?
Unless you ask for it.
Okay, then we'll say they should leave the sarcophagus, and we'll come back to it later. Fine.
Okay, just reach me at my normal office hours. Okay, Professor Rundaway is on his way.
is
He
running
has a
the way.
catchphrase. Fuck that guy.
No, that was, oh man, did you guys? Yeah, Christian got it. That I made a pun on his name because he was always going to run away.
No, I got
Okay.
it. But the fact that he added a
I've heard it
catchphrase
as-
in addition to the corny name.
I love it. Okay. So, all right. So where are we at?
So I was asking the group, do you think we should just get the cops, or do you think we should try to like sneak her out of here and take her to a hospital?
I don't know. Do something quick. She's biting my hand.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really mean we have to do anything like quick, you know.
So you just like on there like a pit bull, just like
Oh yeah. Arr. He was covering my mouth with his hand, so I
Oh,
just kind
fair
of
enough. Fair enough.
show enough.
Showing up. Man, callbacks to the callbacks.
If
somebody else can make a persuade roll, or
don't
like
think-
you guys can just spend more time if you have her held. You can keep like spending more time to kind of like calm her down and such like that. Dan did fail his psychology roll, so I probably won't allow him to do it again because he pushed it. But if Butcher or if Martin wanted to try to take 30 minutes to persuade her and calm her down, or even try to like fast talk deceive her, you could do that.
I'll
Okay.
fast talk.
So,
All right.
just mechanically speaking,
Yeah.
we are able to talk her out of the temporary insanity.
No, I'm just saying if you want to
No.
get her to a location where she can continue to freak out.
Yeah, she's still gonna have.
Basically, to go willingly with you guys.
Yeah, so how this works is that she's temporary insane, and what that means is that she suffers like penalties like just for doing anything.
Mhm.
But once that's over, then she's okay.
Okay.
And the only reason she freaked out before was because she had to spend 1d7 rounds of running away.
Mhm.
And I would say that at this point, she doesn't have to run away anymore. But when she first saw you guys, she was experiencing kind of like a delusion, just like she experienced out there. So essentially, how that kind of works is that at any point in time, I can just kind of say like, oh, she's experiencing a delusion, make a sanity roll, and she can see through it or not. So she saw you as a normal person, but
Mhm.
I was letting Ashley kind of like do what she wanted in that kind of situation, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So she doesn't have to run away.
Yeah. but she freaked out when she saw me as a normal person. In character.
Yeah.
So there's not really a reason for me to continue to try to do that as she continues to freak out and try to chew through the butcher's hand.
Ashley, that's up to you.
Butcher.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of like try to mumble like, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. And see if you can hear that. Or if Butcher can hear that I'm like I figure I'll struggle less. I'll stop struggling. I'll stop biting Butcher's hand. And I'm gonna try to mumble into his hand. Please don't hurt me.
Butcher will fast talk. I'm gonna roll for fast talks. You know, it's basically. Here, do that. Oh, okay. Well, that's it's extreme success.
Nice.
So Butcher basically says, "We're not trying to hurt you, but we need to be quiet so we can get back to a safe place and reassess. I don't want to hurt you. I've seen too much. I've hurt too many."
Irene kind of like basically crumples. Like she doesn't fall down, but she just gives up. And she will now go willingly with you guys.
Perfect. Are you guys staying at a hotel room, or where are you guys staying at right now? Are you going to go get a hotel room since you're staying the night in the city, probably?
Yeah, like
Irene can
we came into the
foot
city
the
just
bill.
today, right?
Yes.
I don't think we had anything set up. So we'll have to.
No, we would need to find some place to stay unless somebody knows somebody or lives in New York. I don't. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Who do you know that lives in New York?
Butcher's from New York.
Is Leo from New York?
Leo is from New York.
Do we know where he
Leo
lives?
lives in Hell's. Leo lives in. Well, you know, Leo lives somewhere in Hell's Kitchen.
All right, perfect. Well,
Where's Leo?
sounds like the party might be heading towards Hell's Kitchen to try to find Leo. Leo, let's go back to your adventure real quick. So
Yes.
you're able to kind of like find the car, and you find it dropped off at one of the boss's the boss gang's like hideouts. But if you kind of search the premise and such like that, it's deserted. So they definitely dropped it off and took off.
Hmm. Okay. We're gonna have to do this formally then. All right. Well, then I'm gonna go back to the bar where my car would have been and drive off to my flat in Manhattan.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm in Manhattan.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, the rest of the party definitely spots Leo's car as it's kind of pulling up. You guys were probably like in Hell's Kitchen kind of looking around, and you definitely see his little cars in the distance. Leo, you probably see the party as well. So what do you guys do from here?
Lucky.
I must be the most unlucky son of a bitch in New York. What are you guys doing here?
Trying to calm down this one, and I gesture to Irene like
Aliens.
I kind of
I think
just
the
like
aliens got it.
flinch away.
Aliens have achieved zombie technology.
Aliens have achieved zombie technology. I don't.
that is true.
Uh,
We were looking into the sarcophagus.
those don't sound like real words.
We were looking into
Zombie?
the.
What's a zombie?
We don't know. George Romero hasn't made Night of the Living Dead yet. But
He will. It's great.
he will. He will in about 50 years. And then the world will know what zombies are.
The zombie aliens.
But we were asking a guy about the sarcophagus. And
The guy who lost his face?
yeah. Were you
Yeah,
there?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I was actually a few tables over. I saw that
you
guy
didn't say
come in.
hi?
Right. Well,
What the heck, man?
Yeah, that's pretty messed up, man.
Yeah.
all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, why don't you let's get off the street? Come on in.
Perfect.
There's enough room up there for everybody. Come on. Get off the street. I don't want to see anybody out here seeing me with you. Come on.
All right.
And
you
I'm
guys
looking
go-
around. I'm making sure nobody's seeing us go into my building. And the doorman. Yeah, hey, Gunther, they're with us.
You pay Gunther off.
I don't have to pay Gunther off. You should have seen my Christmas bonus. I don't have to pay him off.
Yeah, it was great.
The Gunther, how's your daughter?
She's
Do you
good.
like the new dresses?
Yeah, she does. She's starting. She has a recital next week.
Excellent. Son's good too, yeah?
You know, he's getting that age where he's getting into trouble, but working. Now,
Well,
I'm working. It out.
He needs a job. He needs to get straightened out. You send him my way. I got some guys that put him to hard work. We could put him on the docks, teach him the
Yeah.
value of hard work, huh?
Yeah, it might be good for his constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Well,
Leo.
You let me know what you need, huh?
Hmm.
And I do slip him a little bit of money, because that's just what you do.
Yes, you too.
um,
Good
Yeah,
tip.
but it's
kind,
not
Mr.
paying him
Consistent.
off.
Yes.
You're too kind.
Oh, I always look out for the neighborhood. Come on, hey, and you just saw me tonight, huh?
That's all I saw.
All right, let's go. All right, so we get up to my apartment. Bourbons all around.
I think Irene should get a shower first.
Yeah, I think a couple of you need to get bats.
Yes, but first
Why
the
you
girl
all
who's
right?
most
Yeah,
covered
you're
in
all kinda-
viscera.
Yeah, let's Irene, come on. There's Mrs. O'Malley's gonna take care of you.
I go with Mrs. O'Malley, and I'm just kind of sobbing quietly to myself at this point.
Perfect.
Tea and a hot bath, yeah? Okay.
Because I'm kind of a fat ass. I look at him and go, "Hey, you got anything to eat?"
Yeah. I pull out
Like
some
can of
some
beans.
cheese. Oh, it's cheese and bread.
Yeah.
I usually go out to eat. I don't have that much food in the house.
That's fine. And I just start eating it.
Yeah, all right. So there's that. There's bourbons. What are you guys
That's all
getting
you
into
have.
where people are getting their faces shot off? See, this is why I didn't say hi, by the way, because you're in one of the establishments with people I do business with, and then boom, somebody you're sitting at the table with gets their face shot off.
So in our defense, that guy was already there and not with us.
Yeah, why did we sit down at that table again?
That's
You
what
were
we
ushered.
We got ushered to it.
Yeah.
Who was this guy? Who's
It-
the stiff?
I don't know, but he said
Eat, I think.
he was mumbling the word Joey, and he said he was waiting
Joey.
for someone, but that's about it.
Hold on. Now you think about this real long and hard before you answer this question. And I go over, I pull out a little box, and I start reloading the magazine. Joey Lawson?
Could be. He only said a first name.
So the guy who iced your friend.
Not a friend.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Don't know him.
Table mate.
The guy who made the stiff.
Honestly, I didn't like
That's Joey Lawson. He's part of the boss's gang.
Could be, what does he look like?
I got that description right here. Do. Sorry, I was on the wrong page. All right. A rat-like little man. That's it. That's all the description.
Yeah.
All right, join license, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, it's that rat-faced Gamook. Yeah. Yeah, that was Joey, all right. Look, tomorrow we're gonna have to go and we're gonna have to have a sit down with his people. Joey can't just be shooting people in public like that. That's unprofessional. Look, I think I can get some contacts with
Also
Archie's
immoral.
people. Well, yeah, okay. So, look, we're gonna have to have a sit down with some of his people. I know somebody that ships some gin with the boss's people,
Mm-hmm.
and we can maybe get some more info. But this is untoward. So let's I don't know. I got a couple of couches. Somebody sleep on the. There's a Chesterfield there. There's a little chaise lounge. Don't bother Mrs. O'Malley. You know, clean up. Don't get blood on nothing. You can sleep it off here. We got to get moving early before, this is a respectable building. Families live here. So you get yourselves cleaned up. I got extra shirts. Luckily, Dan, you're not too worse for wear. I don't got nothing to go fit you. But we can go see we can go see Mickey. Maybe he's got something for you if you need to get fixed up with some new clothes. Anyway, look, get cleaned up. There's some food. We got the hooch. Everybody needs to get sleep because we got an early start. So,
I imagine
these things-
Irene. Oh, sorry.
all these things in mind. Get cleaned up, and we'll get moving. I'm gonna go see some of the boys at the dock first thing, and they're gonna get us straightened out.
Butcher opens a full bottle for himself. And
Hey,
takes his way.
hey! Use the
Hey, I'll
decanter,
pass
you
that over here.
animal.
Hey, you said help yourself.
Yeah,
You've
well,
been through a
what's
lot
in
of
the
shit
decanter?
tonight.
What's in the decanter? Don't open up. That's a 30-year-old scotch. Don't. You know what, Blevins? You don't help yourself. You can have what's in
Finish
the.
the,
Last night we're alive.
I don't.
You know what?
You remember what happened last time?
I'm glad you didn't.
Remember
say
what
hi.
happened last time?
I didn't want to say hi to you. You try to put me in jail, motherfucker.
I will put you in jail. You know how many guys we got on the payroll? You know how many mix we have on the NYPD? Families we feed? You know what they get paid? They get paid nothing. They get paid nothing. We take care of them. We take care of their family. They look over Hell's Kitchen. Every cop in this neighborhood knows me and knows knows us all. You need to be calm. All right.
Oh, hey, I think I see Joey right now. Oh, wait, no, that's a rat.
You see a rat in my you see a rat in my apartment.
I made us pretty dirty.
I'll throw you out. That's it.
And with that, the party rests at Leo's place. He recovers a bit, washes off. Everybody, can you roll for any stat or any skills that you are increasing today that you succeeded on, as well as your luck?
Can I do a teeny bit of role play at the very end?
Of course.
I imagine I come back from Mrs. O'Malley's, and I'm picturing Mrs. O'Malley as like,
Mrs. O'Malley is my housekeeper. You're in my house the entire time.
oh, I didn't know she was your housekeeper.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I picture
big.
her
It's
as like,
a whole floor.
that's cool. I thought she was your neighbor.
No.
Man, I was gonna come back and like what? I figured she was like gonna be like comely and matronly, and I was gonna come back in like one of her night dresses, but I guess that doesn't work.
Yeah,
No,
she
it
is.
definitely can
She
work.
is. Yeah. We have look, the women that stay at my place on occasion find comfort here. It's a very comfortable, hospitable place.
And I come back and Leo, do you have any blood on you?
Nah.
And then I
I'm
imagine
dirty
everybody
from
else,
diving on the street, but
everybody else still has blood on them, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have clothes big enough to fit. I'm guessing Butcher and Morton
Martin. Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm just gonna go up to Leo and give him a hug and just be like, "Thank God there's someone who's not trying to kill me."
and I actually go and I open up the bottle of scotch that Blevins tries to open. I serve Irene. All right, drink this, have a cup of tea, go to sleep.
Yeah, she
we gotta
takes
get
the
up early
swig
in the
and
morning.
goes to bed.
Perfect. Sleep off the
Of
rest of
course
that
I-
temporary insanity.
Of course, I failed 3 out of 4 of my skill improvements.
It's okay, I didn't like pass any of my
Mm.
skill checks to say today.
Luck was 1d100 again, right?
Yeah. Well, luck, yes. So
Yeah,
Let
how
me
do you do
double
luck
check.
again?
I believe you
Or is it just 1d10?
I think you just get the 1d10. I don't think you have to
Oh, okay, great.
roll for it.
Oh, sick. 2 luck.
Ugh, better than one luck.
Yeah, sure.
And then, do we get sanity back, or are we just staying at whatever sanity we have?
Sanity stays the same until the end of the adventure, or something else happens.
Mm.
You have to get higher than your current skill rating, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's a dodge point, and we get a D10 off that.
Wait, we have to fail our
Yes.
skill check when we're checking, and then we roll a d10 and we add that.
Yes.
Okay.
The idea is as you get better at it,
It's
then
harder.
It's harder to get even better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gaining mastery.
Nice.
Ashley, what's Irene's current sanity at?
44.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, it's not horrible.
I thought you had lost some in the last adventure, so I was worried.
I actually had not.
Oh, so luck is not automatically recovered. It works just like all the other ones.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I recover my luck. I do.
Hooray. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, please drop them in the chat now. But essentially, that is the start of Dead Man's Stop. We'll kind of pick up the morning after on the next adventure after everything is kind of concluded.
To be a morning after, if we can hold on to the light.
Oh, but some exciting announcements I wanted to say was last week we played a one-off called Frankenstein's Failed Experiments for Halloween. We made mention that you could find the one-off adventure on itch.io. It was part of a spooky TTRPG jam, and it was by the Giant Moo. Well, we posted on the Reddit that we had played through his adventure, and he actually responded to us. He watched the stream, so I wanted to say thank you, the Giant Moo, for watching the stream and checking it out. Like we're honored for you to watch us, and we're really happy we could play it because we had a incredibly fun time playing Frankenstein's Failed Experiments.
Yeah, we're also very excited that you think we did a good job with it. That was very kind. Those were very kind words. So thank you again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
We appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed being a microwave.
Yeah,
It's a good
Yeah.
time.
it was a fun one.
So to everybody who may have missed that stream, please check out itch.io's or the Giant Moo on itch.io. You can pick up Frankenstein's failed experiments for yourself, and yeah, have some fun with it. So, other than that, Ashley, would you like to do our attributions?
Yeah, so we have been playing through the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu. This adventure is called Dead Man's Stomp and is included in the starter set. Our characters were created in Hero Forge, so thank you to Hero Forge for those tokens that we have. We've been playing online on Roll20. It's a really great free resource to play online, especially if you can't play in person with friends, and it's nice to be able to do that. I mean, we have people who are in 3 different states playing here today, so it's really cool to be able to connect that way. Is that everything?
I think that's everything.
I think that's
I think that
everything.
is
Nothing
everything.
crazy this week. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be continuing with Dead Man Stomp next Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And are excited to keep playing through this adventure. So thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
before we end, yeah, we just to clarify some of our rules.
Yes.
Firearms are very complicated in this game. I went back, I reviewed. So a lot of the caveats on how to make sure that you're using the weapons correctly can be found on pages 405 and 406 in the Keeper's Handbook. Handguns, if they are shooting multiple rounds in, or shooting, if you're attacking multiple times in a round, only do get the 1 penalty die, regardless of the number of shots that may be fired, up to the number in the parentheses. Rifles only usually fire 1, with the exception of 1 rifle. And the automatic weapons are where it gets a little tricky with the full auto, but Spencer and I talked about when we could use weapons,
Yeah.
for Dead Man Stomp.
And I should clarify.
The Fuzz showed up and they took my stuff. I didn't get pinched.
That was one of they cut you a deal. They're like, all right, we'll let you go. We know you do a lot of good stuff for the neighborhood. You just can't use your automatics anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I should clarify, because I know we talked about that beforehand. So in this adventure, they do have, like I said, the guy uses an automatic weapon on you earlier. But let me tell you, it was reduced. So if you would have got hit, you only would have taken 1 bullet, 1d6 of damage. So it's a lot. Because this adventure is balanced for not using like machine guns or like burst fire and stuff like that, automatic guns I should say. It kind of dims it down, because it even says like normally a bullet from a Thompson would inflict 1d10 plus 2, but essentially since it's wildfire, they said it does half damage. So that's why I didn't think it'd be too bad, but that's why I just wanted to clarify earlier. So, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And auto fire weapons, if you are playing at home and using auto fire weapons with subsequent attacks on your auto weapons, it gets an additional penalty dice. Those are the ones that get, because think about it, it's so if anybody's ever actually shot weapons, or even in video games, as you hold down the fire button, your gun starts to aim more poorly, and that's just how they use that as a mechanic to reflect that. And then 1 combat round to load 2 shells into any handgun, rifle, or shotgun.
Yeah. Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you, Justin.
Yes.
Thank you.
And with that,
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
yeah, we'll see you next week when we find out what's going on with all these zombies within Call of Cthulhu.
Woo!
Bye, everybody.